Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly drunk.
I am joined, as always, by my co-host and brother, Bill. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. You heard the music? We doing great in this bitch, man. Who got music like this?
Literally nobody has music exactly like this.
Nobody has music like this.
And if they do, we're going to strike them.
Oh, yeah. You're getting hit with this copyright
strike.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, we are having a fun tonight, getting a little tipsy. It is never mandatory, but always encouraged. I am Jedi Master Grayson, and we have a great show for you guys tonight. We are talking about the season finale of The Boys, season 4. We are talking about the season finale of The Acolyte. We are talking about some hot D. And as hot D. And as always, you got to get deep with it when you say that. And as always, we're talking shit, if you haven't already noticed. And we can't talk shit without our lovely, lovely panel. I mean, we could, but where's the fun in that? Guys, you know him, you love him. He is practically... Yeah, it's just rude. He's practically family, but y'all just hate him because he's light-skinned. What is up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. It's nice to be back.
Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, how was your vacation? It
was good. I love my family, but like we go to the north woods of Wisconsin. If you are not within eyesight of your condo, there's not even Wi-Fi and there is no cell service. It is a crazy world. Yeah.
Well, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it makes it a lot trickier to do a podcast. That's for damn sure.
I bet it makes it. You can't really rub two sticks together and get some Wi-Fi. Was the nature at least nice?
The nature was amazing. The family was absolutely amazing. It's always great seeing them. And like this is also literally the place that we've been going to since my dad was a kid. So it's great memories and stuff. But it's just like, all right, I'm a city boy. I love nature. I want to be in nature, but I want to be able to then like grab a slice of pizza.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I want to be able to go back into four walls with plumbing.
Like they finally got a new restaurant. It was new as of last year. It is crazy. They've never had this type of restaurant before. It is Main Street Tacos.
Main Street Tacos. Oh,
I'm 38. I have been going here my entire life.
This
is the first time they've had a Mexican restaurant.
Oh shit!
Oh man, big things happening in Wisconsin.
Shout out Hayward, Wisconsin.
It's good to have you back, man, and it's good to have you back, Athelius, number 1 soul hater, tapping in. Oh,
fair.
We already getting the hot takes on Acolyte. We're getting popping off. Got so many thoughts about that later on. But before we get into our topics tonight, do want to get off these plugs. Want to remind you guys to tune in every Thursday night for the Bantha Bunch live. Do you know what you guys are going to be talking about this Thursday?
Nope.
Stuff.
Is that a good? That's not. I know that sounds like a terrible like
teaser.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, y'all. I don't know.
I'll say this: if any of the fans are upset, that's why they're so fun. Because it just gets thrown against the wall.
Also, yeah, that's I don't want to mess with a good thing.
Yeah, so why fix it if it ain't broke?
Yeah,
and it's super fun engaging in on the chat. So if you guys want to tune in, that's this Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Also wanted to thank everyone for watching my mediocre video reviewing The Fall Guy.
Talk about it, baby.
The analysis of the box office. We're at 1,000 views now, so that's awesome. I appreciate everybody who watched and all the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys. Wait, what?
I was saying it's not like mediocre. It's actually like a really good video.
I mean, it would have been top tier if just like a better voice,
I'll tell you what, those shorts
like
is
the
doing
worst
good.
part, yeah.
Those shorts is doing good.
Shorts is doing
also,
nice for sure.
I just want to say shout out to NerdsAtNite channel. Shout out to anybody watching over there. Just want to give us a round of applause because we over there monetized now, baby. Monetized over at the NerdsAtNite station.
Big night last night.
Big night last night. A lot of finger popping. There was a lot of ones spent at the strip club. We had a great time. It was a great time. But
now more you subscribe and watch. That way we can start tossing fives at the strip club. Come on.
Yeah. Only downside is you might get some commercials during this live. I don't know. You might get some commercials.
Yeah, you might get some commercials, but that's okay.
Do they commercial live shows?
On the rewatch, yeah.
I've had YouTube Premium so long, I just don't know about commercials anymore.
Sometimes they'll interrupt you live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they'll interrupt live.
It's like real TV.
Yeah, it's like real TV. I mean, I'm not mad at real TV. Get this money.
Yeah, I like real TV. And also, I want to remind you guys that I'm working on another video where I give you guys a guide on how to watch the X-Men Fox movies with all the timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Can I give them a hint?
It's very...
Ways is upside down.
You got to watch it Nightcrawler style. Because it gets very confusing with all the timeline shit. So if you want a good, concise way to enjoy a good X-Men marathon, I will give you the guide. So look out for that. And next week on the podcast, we're speaking of X-Men. We're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're also going to be talking about Kite Man.
Yes. Excuse me. Whoa. Kite Man, hell yeah.
Kite Man, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sorry. Actually, you know what? That was like a perfect accident because I didn't hit that one.
I thought you were just pointing out our horrible dad joke.
Didn't mean to hit that button. Worked out. Is all.
Worked out perfectly. But let's get into our first topic of the night. Let's talk about the finale of the Star Wars series, The Acolyte. Yeah, bring it in.
See, I didn't know which one you were going to start with. So I was like, really like, oh shit, which one is he going to say? Which button am I going to hit?
The pressure is on. Oh shit.
That's right. That's right.
Alexa, turn on the video.
That's going into the next NerdsAtNite commercial that we make. That's gonna definitely be one of the clips.
With the music going in there, that shit was hard.
That was pretty hard.
I definitely bought that thing with like my first big kid paycheck at a Target for $100.
Big kid paycheck.
But yeah, let's get into the episode. Oh wait, I think looks like we do have a knock at the door. Holy shit!
I heard you were looking for me.
It's a philosopher of the barbershop variety. It's 9. What's up, bud?
How's this?
Hey, we getting paid now.
Hey.
Call me getting paid now.
Money now.
I actually just looked to see what you guys were up to on my phone or on my computer. I mean, and there is an ad for Kamala Harris campaign.
Yo, Kamala's been texting me all day.
Man, that's crazy that they're just advertising VPs now. You know, I mean,
I love it.
She's been blowing up my phone like she's my girlfriend. It's crazy.
Oh God!
Oh my God! You could be the first Mister.
Relax, dude.
Oh God, she needs to relax. Not gonna lie.
But yeah, you're just in time because we were about to get into Star Wars: The Acolyte finale. Did you watch the finale of The Acolyte?
Yes, yeah, I did.
I
wanted to say.
But
damn, foiled again.
Before we get into the nitty gritty, do you have any initial thoughts on this episode 9?
Shit.
Initial thoughts.
I'm sorry, I said shit because we're not live on Instagram for some reason because the internet went out like the power went out earlier and it cut out my live that I set up. So yeah, shout out to everybody.
Shout out to power outages in California.
And the kick didn't work. Tried to kick, it didn't work. So we're just on YouTube today. So
you guys having some bad IT updates, huh?
Yeah, bad IT updates. You know how it is out there.
Those been going around.
I haven't tried turning it off and on again, but we'll try that.
That's actually
been a crazy week.
Probably went on.
Such a weird week.
So,
Nine, I heard they shut down 55, the entire highway, because of those tornadoes.
Yeah, it got really weird.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for the end of the world. We are.
Speaking of tragedy, Nine, what did you think?
Right, yeah, the Acolyte.
Just initial.
Yeah, I liked it. They were talking shit. The thing I really liked is the fights. I thought the fights in this were really cool this week in particular.
Yeah, I did really like the Soul Darth Jason fight and the twin fight as well. Bill, what were your initial thoughts on this one? Did you enjoy it? Hate it? Hated it.
No, I didn't feel like reaching to hit the button. But
right,
yeah, man, it was. I don't know if I hated it or not. I just felt like what I felt like is like they didn't do themselves no favors in this series. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to root for it through all the people who were hating on it, and they didn't try to come back and do themselves any favors.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? As far as trying to nail it at the end, you know, put that people's elbow down on it. You know, and you know, it's kind of indicative of just what television is doing these days. But I am going to elaborate on it more. But yeah, not disappointing, not happy, not mad, not sad.
Yeah, I think I feel very similarly. Joe, what about you? How did you feel about the finale? Just initial thoughts.
You know, 100% agree with Nine. The fights were fucking dope. They were a lot of fun. And just the last two episodes in general, just a couple things where it's like, I don't know if that makes sense for the story. I don't know if that makes sense for the characters to make these choices. Like you're setting them up as these people and then just kind of like take the easy choice. It felt like, I don't know. It felt like the writing was disjointed, and I'm still here for next season. I want to see what's happening, but like they really had to save me with the fight scenes and with some of the like little hidden notes, you know?
Yeah.
Fight
scenes made you stay.
Yeah,
you came for the story and you stayed for the fight scenes.
The fight scenes are pretty spectacular, especially like the wire work that was used pretty early on. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't used before this. Like Jedi using that kind of wire work, Crouching Tiger styles, just seems like
they're doing their own stunts.
Like, how have we not been doing this since 2000?
Them doing their own stunts, that makes a big difference. I mean,
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
also,
like having the big wide shots.
Is that a good thing? You got stunt people just those are black jobs that they're losing.
Taking their gerbs.
I saw a video on Instagram a minute ago of you know, like where they got like all the cardboard boxes around and everything, and it was just showing Smiler Ren there going through the training scene where it's him and the other and the stunt people doing getting ready and training for the battle. And it was so impressive watching him. The dude's, he's just awesome. He is a great actor. He put a lot of work in the fight scenes and everything, and I was just really impressed with him.
Yeah, like he's definitely one of the highlights of the season for sure.
Friend of the show.
There's been some things. Friend of the show. And
you'll see.
But we'll get into the highs and lows a little bit later. But let's talk about what happens in this episode. Soul takes May to Brindok and sends their location to the Jedi. Osha has a vision of May and agrees to leave Darth Jason to her. A mysterious figure watches the pair depart. Now,
The pair depart.
The pair depart. The pair depart.
The pair depart.
It's Italian. Now this has all been like kind of all but confirmed that this is Darth Plagueis. This lurking in the shadows.
What?
Yeah.
No, surprise. This show has not been great about.
One of the 3 IMDb trivia points.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. And
I feel like if you're going to do something like that, I'm just about to kick this one's back in. I feel like if you're going to do something like that, like there's people who have never seen this before. You expect them to go to Reddit to know who the fuck this fucker is. Like, I just feel like if it's going to be an IMDb trivia, then you should say the motherfucker's name at some point.
Yeah, it's kind of much. It feels like much ado about nothing when you just like show a
creepy ass nigga coming from around the corner.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Joe Biden.
Nigga looked like he looked like a PDF file. It's just been sitting in the back somewhere.
But before I read the trivia, I was like, "Oh, cool! They got Gore the God Butcher." I guess. All right.
Yeah, very similar design looking.
Right.
I knew
just want to say
who he was because of just knowing, like, just doing deep dives and finding out.
Nope, we're going. Niliangu, did I miss the boys season finale discussion? Nope, we are just starting with the Acolyte tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get into the boys a little bit later.
We'll be getting right into the boys.
But yeah, that kind of was a lackluster introduction of Darth Plagueis. Like it doesn't really mean anything narratively to anybody who doesn't already know who Darth Plagueis is. So kind of like wasted cameo there, but I guess it does tie into all of the Vergence lore that they're trying to tie in.
It's like when we were talking about Archer and who plays Popeye on Archer.
Oh yeah,
he's from The Wire. The dude from The Wire, Clark Lewis. Is that his name?
I think that's his name.
From The Wire.
Yeah,
and it's like he in there to just go.
Indeed.
At least Popeye got a name. They didn't even give this nigga
his name. Yeah, so that was a little weird. Does this make you excited about what could happen next, Joe Kessler? Like, does this like make you more interested in what they could do in the next season, or do you just leave you watching?
Like I said, I mean, I just found out a little bit before the show, reading the IMDb trivia that it's Plagueis, and I'm still just kind of like, Honestly, more than anything, I'm worried for another season. Like, don't. Honestly, the Yoda reveal or appearance or cameo actually really fucking worried me. Yeah, because like, all right, one of two things is going to happen. Either she's somehow hiding everything from Yoda, which is that kind of like he's in tune with he's the most in tune with the Force. He should be able to figure out she's hiding shit. Or like she's not being honest, or she's frankly seemingly a little fucking evil. Or it's gonna be she's like she tells Yoda, and it's like just like I don't need all of my bad guys relatable, I don't need all my good guys a little bad.
It said Yoda's on the toilet right now.
We need all of our guys.
In his defense, after this episode, yeah.
That is really crazy. I do want to get into all the Yoda of it all at the end.
Yoda shooting like a samurai? Is that what we're saying?
Oh yeah, he's talking shit and taking it
as always.
Is he able to? He can't get his foot on the floor. He's too tiny.
Yeah,
he probably has a prescription toilet.
Prescription. It's back like this.
Here is a fun random ass fact about turlets. There are commonly 3 different heights. And I know that because I have a relative who worked at a building, a school where they were like redesigning. And this relative had to determine the best height for a toilet that both adults and children will use.
That takes some math.
3 different heights.
Yeah, boy, you did math that I'm not ready to.
Imagine majoring in math and then like your job ends up being measuring toilets. That could be
right.
Yeah, Athelia said in the chat, Darth Plagueis, like, damn it, Darth Jason, every time you leave, you come back with a new lightsaber, broad. Sorry, a new
lightsaber, bro.
With a new light skin, broad, and no rent money.
I wasn't reading it, so when you said lightsaber broad, I was like, do what now?
I mean, she did have a new lightsaber.
She did have a new lightsaber. Yeah, like
found your lightsaber in your
Darth Jason is kind of found your lightsaber. Darth Jason is pretty lucky that
lightsaber in your sock, bro.
Darth Jason is pretty lucky where like he gets dumped by one girl and then an identical girl just happens to fall right into his
No. Then the same fucking girl that they split in two, that they double dragoned apart. Fuck.
Yeah.
I can see that you really enjoyed that aspect of the reveal.
I in my notes, I literally wrote, great. So Jedi double dragon.
Double dragon. Which
that
sounds pretty awesome.
That sounds pretty fucking awesome. If you told me,
then how'd they fuck it up?
No, I'm just saying, if you described this show to me and then not seeing it, and you said Jedi double dragon, I'm like, you son of a bitch.
But yeah, let's actually get into the drama of it all, where we get a lot of reveals.
Gritty, Alex.
In the ruins of the Witch's Forest, Osha confronts May, and Saul and Darth Jason fight. And like you guys have mentioned, like the fight choreography has been like incredible. That's like one of the highlights of the show. And there's a lot of emotional stakes in this as well with Darth Jason and Saul. Like one of my favorite lines is when he says, "They're not here for me."
Oh.
What was it? When he says they're not here for me, like I thought, like just the way it was delivered, and it's just like so bone chilling and just foreboding on Saul's like morality and how he's really not the good guy here. But Nine, what did you think of just like this final scene and or this fight scene and the reveal where Saul tells I guess like reveals to Osha how he actually killed their mom?
So I really liked the fight scene, as I said, but I would say that the reveal was kind of lame. I don't know what it is about the way that she walked up, or just like, yeah, it was just like a little bit like, where's the, I don't know, it just didn't feel like the tension was all the way there. And it was like, let's see here. I just couldn't see the ferocity in her eyes.
It was,
you know what I mean?
It must be.
You didn't buy it.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, Bill, did you feel the same way? Did you feel like there was like sort of missing something as far as like the reveal?
The reveal what?
Like when I guess when
May tricks Saul into saying, "Yeah, I killed your bitch mom."
That was
sorry, which?
That was such a stupid part. Like, first of all, I'm tired of. Let's just stop using force powers. Let's just stop using them. Okay.
Let's stop using what?
Force powers, man. Because if you like, why can you sense a nigga coming around the corner, but then you can't?
Thank you.
It's just coming around behind you. Like, let's just stop with the force powers. Period. Let's just say these niggas got lightsabers. They fly, and that's it. They flying night with lightsabers.
Yeah,
they got this weird robe thing that they do, and that's it. Let's just leave the rest alone, because if we're not going to be consistent, I just don't want to fucking deal with it no more.
Yes,
that just makes plot holes that shouldn't exist otherwise.
They had literally just showed Soul using a really strong force power when he did that like little quick force push completely around him. Not even using his hands, pushing everything away. And then all of a sudden he just can't stop a girl from just going, and I'm not even saying like force choking. I mean, she was literally like this close and then killed him.
Now, one thing I want to say about that is I think that was suicide. I think he could have stopped her, but that was death by cop.
Yeah. Real quick, Athelia said in the chat, it's her first kill. Big Osha got to put on for the set. She getting her teardrop tattoo. Yeah, that's gonna be the opening of the next season.
We taking her out on Saturday. We're gonna drink to the and smoke the dead homies.
You see, I'm just not seeing that.
We smoking up.
She's got like a half a smile going.
Yeah. She totally is like, she's enjoying herself.
He's out acting her here, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely is.
I mean, he's a dope actor. He's he's been acting way longer than she's been alive.
To y'all's point, I do think that she's
this
she's
is Manny's training.
A lot of people. Oh yeah, man, he's fucking killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's nice with it. Like to y'all's point, there is like sort of like it's hard to believe that she would be able to overpower Saul, but I do think that this is just him, sort of resigning to his own guilt. Like he's already confessed to his crimes, and even though he kind of pushes back, I like that he was just like a dick to the end. He's just still like, I was right though. Like, but I think
you still thank me.
He even like still gives her a little. I think he gives her a look while
she got a murder boner, dude.
Nope, next one.
Yo, so I had to allow those. I had to allow those 2 comments. Those were some wild comments. They were so wild that they wouldn't let them come on until I approved them to be. So
oh, really? You got like a notification?
So make sure you guys are being aware of what you're saying, because I mean,
now that we're monetized.
I can't look at
gotta be careful.
I was looking at the little thing. Like a lot of our lives are like yellow.
Yeah,
they're not ad
limited.
We're already on thin ice.
No, it's not thin ice. It's just limited advertisers, meaning that these shows are not meant for children or possibly the elderly. But glad that you mentioned that, Nine, because that's the reason you guys need to make sure you like and subscribe right now. If you enjoy this show, if you enjoy what we do, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, because I know it's some of y'all that be coming in here every week and don't be subscribing. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you support us. That's the best way to support us. The other way to, well, I guess the better way to support us is to go buy some merch. You know what I'm saying? Go on the Drunk Banthas or Nerds at Night and join the membership, and it's gonna be 99 cents for extra shit that we do. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, that's the way you support us. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We appreciate all of our new subscribers.
Because our shit be limited because we talk crazy on here. It's not. It's not
platforms. So
yeah, it is.
The Drunk Banthas, come join Nerds at Night. On Nerds at Night, go and join the Drunk Banthas.
Yeah, it's the crazy words that I say, so it's okay.
Yeah,
have you looking like this?
We do appreciate all the new subscribers, including Heavy Spoilers. Thanks for that subscribe. Joe,
shout out to Heavy Spoilers.
Humble brag. Joe Kessler, like, do you think that this could possibly
Hello.
No, Joe. Are you now like sort of just like positing the idea that he was just like overwrought by guilt and just let it happen? Do you think that that's a possibility, or do you think that still that this is just bad writing where she's just like overwrought?
I could see that, but then he's a fucking idiot. Because so your solution now.
Bad writing
is to let her completely fall to the dark side by killing you. Oh, and by the way, like, I'm sure right after she kills you, she'll be fine. She's gonna come back to the light. She's not about to like go off and try going on a wide murder spree. No deal.
Why would you?
I mean, yeah, he's not a good guy.
He's just stupid.
And in that context, I can see that's a pretty bad decision to make. Like, if you're actually concerned about the well-being of the child, that's not what you do. But we've already seen that he's kind of like as far as
Qui-Gon wasn't truly interested in the well-being of the child. He was
just trying to get with her mom.
He was just getting a hard on for slavery. He was just getting a hard on for the midichlorians.
Yeah, he saw those.
He saw them, and now they call them M counts on this show, so they don't get you, because people hate that movie so much. We can't call it metachlorians. We got to call it an M count now.
Yeah, an M count.
I mean, that's what happens when you talk into a lady's razor. It just pisses people off.
But then later on,
disappointing.
Later on, Osha and May, after they have a little fight, which was, I thought that was really well done. I thought that was a cool fight scene.
Oh yeah, there was
I'll talk about why I thought it was cool. Go ahead.
We got 2 twin fights tonight. But we'll get to that later when we talk about the boys. But she and May escape before Vanessa arrives with a group of Jedi and finds Saul's body. The sisters reconcile, and Osha agrees to train with Darth Jason. Uses the Force to wipe May's memory. Now, how did you guys feel about just like this use of the Force of wiping?
I've heard that name so many times.
Oh yeah, we've said her name a lot. But how do you guys feel about just like the use of the Force of wiping memory? This new thing, where just they hinted toward that being a thing that they could. No, I didn't know.
No, I didn't know about that either. That's just crazy. I thought you knew that it existed though.
No, I never heard about it. They hinted toward it a little bit earlier in the season, but 9. What did you think about just like the ending of this trio plot? And do you feel like she should have just like basically given herself up to the authorities?
Where is it? Oh, right here.
Hate it.
Dude, amnesia. Fucking hate amnesia.
Amnesia. This is worse than amnesia.
Yeah, it's like you got that power. Why don't you just keep on doing that? Like, I'd be using that during fights all the time.
Yeah, he did.
Like, why the fuck are you fighting
Tell you what,
again?
I'd never pay rent again.
Yeah, I pay that. Yeah.
You know how much? Do you know how much random shit I would then own? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, it's not even like interesting, quirky way of doing it, like a Jedi mind trick typically is. It's just, you know what? I'll just wipe your memory. I don't know what exactly that does.
Well, apparently not too much, because she knew a little bit too much for my liking for someone who had her.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very precise.
Like,
the mind
just
wiping.
Don't remember nothing. Like, if I'm gonna wipe your mind, you're not gonna.
I have a sister. Yeah, there was a fire. It was the one that I started because my sister was drunk. I have a sister.
If I wipe your mind, you're not gonna remember how to wipe your ass. Like, that's the kind of mind wiping I'm doing. You're not gonna remember.
Gosh.
You're not gonna remember where you live. You're not gonna remember how to talk.
Like that Brainiac guy from Venture Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I don't want you knowing nothing. And I'm done with you, man.
Talking Turds in the chat. I don't know why they even had to. Well, I don't know what they had to do that to make they could have taken her along. Twin assassins providing more possibilities.
Because as soon as they do that, they make their own shit stupid with the power of 2. And then, but it's already stupid because if what's his name?
Smilo Ren.
Darth Jason. Yeah.
No, the other Plagueis.
Oh,
if
Plagueis.
Plagueis, then that means that the power of 2 is already broken if he gets a Padawan. So it's just, man, and that's never made any sense from the beginning with Darth Mauls and the Darth.
Well, it does when you think about the fact that every Sith wants to be the one in the power of 2. So they always get themselves an acolyte so they can kill their guy.
Yeah, but you got.
I mean, Vader did it. Sidious did it. Maul obviously did it. They all do it. Simpsons did it.
Well, I feel like it was always man, that was Sidious. It was always his plan to do it just to pit everybody against each other, because he always knew that he wanted Anakin. But then once he had Anakin and he was old, he was like, "Oh, I can just get his son. That's like a good deal."
Well,
saying I can double up.
But I mean, there were other times, like when Vader lost his lightsaber. Sidious was like, "All right, well, I'm just gonna get someone else. You want to still be my apprentice? You better get a lightsaber, then kill this bitch, because you're no use to me right now." Like, there were tons of times when he was just like, if you're not strong enough to kill this person I'm training up, then you don't deserve it.
Right, but those are like extenuating circumstances, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like in this situation, it seems like he's a good standing with his master. He's like, everything's cool. It seems like we haven't gotten to a point where that is an issue. But like I said, then if they bring the other twin, then it's this whole thing like, why would you do this and why would you do that bullshit? And because like truly, this is a series that couldn't win. It's one of those things like, why did you even make this? Because there was no way this series could have won. This could have been a really good series, and people are still gonna hate on it because there's too many holes that you open up when you create all this new stuff. Like you go back this far and you're like, we're gonna just tell a whole different story. And it's cool to tell a whole different story, but it's just like we got a twist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had this twist, and then they wrote themselves a little bit beyond their skis.
Twist.
And one of the more disappointing things about the show, at least for me, was and Anon, I'm curious how you felt about this, is the treatment of Darth Jason, because there's so much mystery around him. The character is the actor is like really doing a great portrayal of this character. We get those scars on his back. I was hoping we were going to get some sort of confrontation between him and Vernestra in this final episode, but we're just kind of left with the same questions we had episodes before. But Nina, how did you feel about the treatment of Darth Jason's show? Finale, rather.
I just really don't understand his character. And it just seemed like we've been calling her Reptar in in the whole situation, because they have a connection going, and to the point where like even when she landed on the planet, she was just like, oh, I feel you, and like, I can't believe that you're still around. What the fuck?
He was like, oh shit, helmet.
So it's like that. Yeah, he's like, oh, helmet. And
he's like, oh fuck, Magneto.
Yeah. They're watching each other or whatever. They're feeling each other. So I was just like, okay, you guys could have just like made longer episodes and like gave us a little bit more. I don't know if they are like really justifying like, interest in season 2 with the things that they let go, just because they didn't really spend much time gathering that interest in the first place.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I don't think longer episodes is going to help you when you don't know where you're going. And that's what I feel like this television series suffered from. Too many episodes that were just out of place. If I can take multiple episodes and move them around literally without any editing, just move them around, and it still tell the same story that you ended up telling, then that's, to me, is not a real well-written show. I shouldn't have to be able to take episode 3 and 4 and be able to put them at episode 1 and episode 2 or episode 4 and episode 3, like, because they just did so much flashback bullshit that it was just like, well, this could have been told at the beginning of the show, and then maybe I'd have liked this a little bit more, because so. And maybe that we'll find that out later, next week, Vanity Fair, it'll say Acolyte went through hell being edited. And apparently there were some issues with production, but we'll start hearing people get put on the chopping block here at the end of the week when it gets even worse ratings and shit.
And let's just sort of talk about how it all ends. Vernestra blames the murders of Torben, Indara, and Kelnaka, the witches, on Saul, despite sensing Kamir's involvement. Sorry, not Kamir, Darth Jason. After sensing his involvement, Vernestra reports to Jedi Master Yoda as the season comes to an end. We mentioned this cameo a little bit earlier, but what does this really mean? Because does this mean that she's lying
Buddha Cafe in the building?
What's up, Buddha Cafe? This means that Yoda is actually like evil, or does this mean that she's lying to Yoda? Like, what does this mean?
I don't think that. I think that that's. I'm glad that you asked the question that way, because I've been hearing about how people are taking this, and I just don't think it's like that. I was surprised. I looked at it like the Jedi aren't good, they aren't bad, and in this time period, they're more like they just do whatever they want type energy, which maybe what would the events take place where we are is what makes them sew it up and be a little bit more conservative. Because I feel like the Jedi that we deal with in the movies that that we grew up with, I feel like those Jedi in that time are way more conservative than the ones that we're dealing with here.
Yeah,
and I think they may have learned some lessons, some hard-learned lessons.
Yeah. And to your point, and Joe, I want to hear what you felt about this scene as well, or just like this turn of events as well. But it's kind of like what you're saying about how some of these scenes are a little disjointed or misplaced. Like the scene with the black senator, I felt like that was great, and that should have been like
just
one of the first
black.
That should have been in one of the first 2 episodes of the season, because it sets up the entire theme of the show, just like the gray morality of the Jedi, and how y'all are acting like everyone's perfect, but that no one is perfect, and someone is gonna be infallible within this society, of course, at some point.
She's like,
and we have to have checks and balances for those people.
She was like, well, 7 episodes ago.
Yeah. Right. It's like, know this nigga.
You think that's good?
The very last episode and delivered an amazing.
Yeah,
scene.
I saw him. I was like, nigga, no, get him out of here. Who is this? There's no time for new people.
And just wait until everyone figures out he's a Martian.
Yeah, he's John. He's John from
Johns.
Mars does exist in Star Wars.
Martian Manhunter. That's great.
What about
you? He should have been. You guys are 100% right. He should have been from the beginning of this series. He is a very good driving force. He's a very good motivator for why the Jedi are acting shifty and shady, and they just are like, okay, let's throw it in at the last possible second and hope no one notices. It's also interesting because this is different from what we've seen before in Star Wars, which is Jedi always good, Senate always bad. So it could have been just used very well. Also, I had the same worry that you did. Like, are we going to start trying to say Yoda's evil? Like, I'm cool with, like, again, I don't need the Joker to be relatable. I don't need Yoda to be evil. I am cool with some absolutes in the universe. And it's okay, it's either Yoda's either like, all right, cool, go ahead and throw people under the bus and we'll just do a lot of shady politics. Or Yoda's just sitting there like, I can't tell, this bitch is quite obviously lying to me. Her fingers are crossed in front of her face. I think she's telling the truth.
How do we know she lied to him? We didn't hear anything she said.
Right. Well, I will say another thing that did worry me when she walked in and said "Master." I was a little worried that they're saying like she was at one time his Padawan, and that was big. And I was worried about that because they had just finished her being like, "Yep, go find my Padawan. All right, so I'm gonna go talk to Master." I was just a little worried that I don't want that storyline either. Just like,
yeah, I don't think that he was her.
Also, just leave Yoda fucking out of it, man.
Well, no, I knew we were going to see. I don't know if I said it at any point, but I was pretty positive we were going to see Yoda, given the age and his age and the time frame that we're in. Kind of like in House of the Dragon.
These nuts.
Where where they have the Melisandre is basically alive in the time period that we're in House of the Dragon. So we could end up seeing her, and people are anticipating it. I was anticipating Yoda, but not on a level. This is what I think people are going to be really mad about. Because you think you're mad that you saw Yoda now. Wait till next season when the nigga ain't in the show at all, because they're just gonna use that as I talked to Yoda. I know, I'm just saying, but there's gonna be certain people who are gonna be like what the fuck did you not even? Why did you even show him then? Like,
yeah. And there's Star Wars is all about its cameos and its legacy characters showing up, but some shows do it really, really well. Like, sorry, I was almost at Ahsoka, but Andor. Athelia's back. Oh, sorry. Athelius Maximus says, I do need Yoda to have some flaws because this is how systems of authority are in real life. Jedi are really moving like cops. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, not everybody's perfect. And, these authority figures, that's one of the great things about, one of the good things about the show is just showing how these Jedi
Yeah, he made him. He had a
bad.
flaw in the Phantom. What is it? No, not Phantom. Well, yeah, all the prequels. He had a huge flaw. He missed the whole shit. He didn't catch no Sith. Had Sith hanging out with him, eating dinner, drinking tea. Didn't see nobody. He had a huge blind spot, and for whatever reason, and maybe they'll explore that in the series if you do get to see him again.
Yeah. And before we get into our last question, I just want to shout out to Buddha Cafe. The show is telling us the Jedi are evil because of the choices they made. Choices they make. That is a whoa. They just got the the wording got really fucked up on my end. I'm gonna read from somewhere else.
That is a diss to the lore. Also, so many Jedi died that there is no way the Jedi Council would not feel that they died.
What is it in Arabic? What in the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't know what to do on ours.
What? I can read Farsi. Why?
No, ours
Very
is just weird shit.
Yeah, it's doing some odd things. Before we
it's back together.
As we wrap up our discussion on the first season, I'm curious. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the meh of the season on the whole. 9. What were the things that you think that the series did right, and what are the things that you feel like the series did wrong?
I think the series did right. I really liked the fights when they were getting to it. I think that was all awesome, and the use of some of the lore aspects. I liked the bleeding of the Kyber crystal. That was dope. I liked the Chimere's head being lightsaber resistant. That's badass. But I think it was just so close to being a really, really interesting show. And they dropped a lot of the interesting stuff to just kind of they telegraphed a little bit too much, because one is just oh, they're twins. And then 30 minutes later, and it's guess what? They're twins. It's yeah, we know. Oh, guess what? This guy's actually the big bad. Yeah, we know. It's just, why are you guys? Did you guys not know that we were going to figure this out immediately?
You didn't see that coming?
Yeah,
you forgot one more. Guess what? You forgot that. Guess what? They're actually not twins. They're the same person.
Right. And I even called at the very beginning. I was oh yeah, Osha is going to be May, and May is going to be Osha, and they're going to switch by the end of the season, and that's going to be whatever. They're switching.
It's in the poem.
It's just that the execution was just not really that great. And yeah, the politics of it could have been very interesting with the Jedi, talking with the Senate, and they didn't lean into that as much as I would really like, because that's something that I really like about Andor, is the politics that they get into.
Yeah. There. Joe, what about you? What are the things you feel like the series did right, and what are the things you felt it did wrong?
I basically I think it's going to be another just agreeing with everyone here. The best parts of this show for me were the politics and were Smilo Ren, and instead they focused on the shit I just didn't care about. We've seen enough Jedi. You would think that after Andor they would realize you don't need Jedi to make a Star Wars story great. Just tell us a good story. So yeah, if they had, if the May and Osha thing had just been barely touched on, had just been oh yeah, he had a Padawan that ran away, her sister's killing people, and they're mad because their witch coven died. But anyway, so Smilo's really using this to get his agenda across and things like that. It would have been so much better. They had that's the annoying part. They had a story that could have been great, and instead they told a story that just we didn't care about. I will say one other thing that I did love about it actually happened last episode. And that was when they're showing May outside, and she's like, starts the fire and everything. And I just love that she didn't put it out because there were no fire extinguishers around. And who would have seen that coming and would have done something to stop it? OSHA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very workplace hazard.
Yeah.
OSHA, that's pretty great.
Also, her name being OSHA was the dumbest motherfucker. I couldn't get.
I liked it. It's just that
couldn't get off the entire
we just
season.
all know that it's we know what OSHA stands for. So it's
Exactly.
They're gonna have a Star Wars character named Thema soon.
Isn't it like a Greek character? Fictitious
I don't know.
character?
I will find out.
But Bill, what were your things that you felt like the series did right and the things that it did
What
wrong?
did they do right, Alex? What did they do right? They
do you want me to answer? Go first, or you want to go first?
it's rhetorical, man. Just relax. Man.
Oshun.
Mhm.
OSHUN.
Ocean.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the goddess. Yeah. Okay.
Water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality.
Okay. That sounds dirty. So yeah. What did they do? Start with what they did wrong, right? We talked a little bit about it. I don't know how to beat a dead horse. They fucked up by making this show. That's where
That's where they went wrong.
No, where they went wrong was with however this show was written. It was not a main focus. You could tell, and I've said this before on the Drunk Banthas podcast, Mondays, 8 p.m. Pacific time. I've said this for now, 4 years? How long have we been doing this show? 3 years?
3 years.
3 years. I've been saying Star Wars shows, Star Wars movies, these days, they rest on the laurels of Star Wars. Like, I can show you some planets, I can show you some spaceships, and a lightsaber battle and a little air battle, and we're out of here. We don't have to actually do anything. And they've proven themselves right again. Now, the problem with this is, people, we got to stop watching this shit first. We got to let it just breathe. Not saying that you shouldn't. We gonna watch it. You should watch this show. And we listen to us talk about it. Then you should go watch it after that. But only if we tell you it's good. Because a lot of these shows and movies aren't good because they know you're going to go see them. That's what their mindset. Their bet is, you're going to go see this shit anyway. What does it matter if I make it good? Like, what does it matter if I put on a spectacle for you or not? Like, you're going to go see it. And that's what they do at DC. I mean, at least that's what they've done for 20 years at DC. And that's what it feels like we're getting right now from Disney.
Yeah, like sometimes
to a degree.
Yeah, I feel like this definitely took an L. I kind of feel the same way everybody else does, but I feel like it is better than some shows that we've gotten from Star Wars. Ahsoka. Unfiltered Bachelor said in the chat, I hope it doesn't get a season 2 and everyone is more mad about the waste of a show using a Star Wars name in front of it. And I'm hopeful. I personally hope that this gets the Halo treatment where the second season is just unfathomably better than the first season just because you handed it to somebody
and then when you care, they cancel it.
Right.
I'm just fed up on that. It's not canceled. Like, it can get picked up by another streaming. They're looking to pitch it to another streaming service, so it'll get picked up, in my opinion. It'll be on Amazon. Mark my words. It'll be on Amazon, or it'll be on Disney.
It'll be on Netflix, and they'll have Snyder produce it.
No. I don't think Netflix got the bread or what is willing to spend that kind of bread. I'm talking about like a $200 million television.
Do we want to go over IMDb ratings?
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Go on to the next topic.
Let's do that real quick.
All right.
You already got it. You got it in the back pocket.
I got it, my friend.
Okay, because I was gonna let you find it while
I got it. For starters, the haters. Oh,
Yo, Butcher T.
What are you two cunts up to?
Are you?
First hook hand, and then I saw that it was a crowbar. That makes more sense for the character.
But yeah, for starters, the overall show did get the hate. 3.9 out of 10 with 100,000 votes.
See, that's what makes me mad. That's what makes me mad. That's what I'm talking
It
about.
doesn't deserve that.
I don't think it deserves a 3.9.
See, that's what be pissing me off. Why y'all got me looking like I love this show all of a sudden?
The butcher clone.
All right, so
well. If it isn't the invisible cunt,
I will. I think this is the way to do it. I gotta. So, what do you guys think was the highest rated episode, and what do you think the rating was?
I think that the highest rating episode was the whichever one it was where they were fighting in the woods and
Night,
where Darth Jason kills everybody. I think that one was probably a 7.
What's everyone else think it was?
Same.
I already know, so I'm not gonna.
6.5.
6.5. Yeah, it does not deserve 6.5.
No, it deserves higher than that. What do you think the lowest rating on an episode was?
Flashback episode.
It was episode 3, Destiny.
2.9.
3.6.
3.6. Yeesh.
Damn, I'll be going on Price is Right, I think.
And the last episode ended with a 5.2.
5.2. Oof.
It deserved higher than that. I wasn't a fan, and it deserves better.
If you go to the distribution of the show, ratings, it's like I think most of it, or like at least half of all of the ratings, are 1.
Yeah, it's obviously review bombs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to remember that as objective as we are on this show, people tend to be completely biased and 100% biased, like when they go into watching the show before they even have seen it. So I think it's time to make sure we take a step back, take a deep breath, and remember that none of this shit matters.
That was good timing. That was a good one.
That's a great PSA. There's a great way to move into our next.
Hold on, doesn't she look like Kermit in that meme?
Oh yeah. Oh man, choose a different robe.
Darth Frog.
Don't ever. That's somebody put up to side to side. But yeah, that leads us into our next
Discord.
topic.
Get on that.
That leads us to our next topic. And Butcher T, you are perfectly dressed for it. We were talking about the season finale of The Boys. Oh yeah, they're back in town. Let's just get into the nitty gritty. What happened while Butcher recovers? Mallory and Ryan visit him in the hospital, where the latter is told of Homelander's crimes and that he must kill him. However, Ryan refuses, accidentally kills Mallory, and leaves. Following this tragic turn of events, Butcher embraces his dark side, manifested in the hallucinations of Kessler. Now,
and he embraced his dark side so much that he is now a nigga. Booker T.
Look, I fucking hate all these soup cuts. The hatred is turning me black.
I can't stop thinking about Booker T. Like the rest of
it. Yeah, no,
perfect.
Come on, man. Shout out to Booker T. Shout out to Booker T, you suckers.
But yes, I am. I'm ready for. I guess I'll be doing shorts on our Nerds at Night. Do have now?
You said what?
Do we have an Instagram now?
No.
Oh, you cut out. What did you say?
Yet.
I said I guess I'll be doing some shorts on our Instagram that I hope we have.
We have a Twitter. Start an Instagram.
Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, the big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The big one.
Yes, this week. So I'm trying out my cosplay already. I kept looking at what Butcher was wearing, and I was like, I literally have all those things that he has.
It's like I have
except for the crowbar. I found that today. I went to a giant costume store that we have here out in Denver. That place was huge, and they had a Foam crowbar.
So since you're all butchered up, how do you feel about just Butcher embracing the dark side and everything that turned out with Ryan? Do you think that
what bad writing? I bet you're expecting me like I loved it. No, that was such bad writing all throughout
I
this
expect you to say
episode.
it.
Just come on. Good acting from Butcher. I mean, of course, he's killing it, but just the whole Mallory, how she just somehow broke character of being this loving grandma to this kid to being like, I need you to be a CIA asset for us. Your daddy is a rapist, and we gotta kill him, boy. And you don't listen to me, I'm gonna gash your ass. It's just like, what? Do none of you people know how to talk to children? Like, you've been raising this kid. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that is pretty wild. But
wild writing.
It was good acting, but yeah, I can see rush writing.
Another wild scene of bad writing was after a really good scene of good writing, which when you see Annie talking to the doppelganger, which is just future ex-wife Erin Moriarty talking to herself and acting with herself. It was like, that was amazing. That was an amazing scene between them. But then we get her interaction with Huey. This man was raped by deception. That is a thing. That is a crime. That is the term.
Grape.
Saying grapes now.
Shut up. There goes the monetization. Just lost it.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely get into all that for sure.
She did that, and then she's angry with him. Like,
yeah, we'll
definitely. He was SA. Why are you angry? What the fuck?
We'll get into that because yeah, I'm curious because we've actually had a whole other show that dealt with that same situation where things were completely reacted to differently. But how did you feel about all this nine with Butcher and Mallory and Ryan?
With Ryan, this shit. It was just like, I mean, I kind of get it, just because like shit is just like counting down. It's just coming to the wire. And like at that moment, it feels like there's just things that need to be said, or else, the world's about to end. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In her mind, this is her last Hail Mary, and it's got to work, or else she's going to bite it. So I kind of understand that, but yeah, that's definitely not the way that she should have handled it. Especially just like, oh, we're going to kidnap you. That's fucking weird, dog.
By the way, you're in a secret kidnapping house and we're gonna gas you.
Yeah, right.
It's especially bad if her plan it can be ruined. If you kill me, you can still walk out of here. Like that's
right. And it also is like, how long is it going to take for that gas to actually work? He's still going to go ham until he can't anymore.
Right. A little poorly planned. We've seen a lot of poor planning this season. Yeah. Bill, did you feel the kind of the same way when it comes to the Mallory Ryan Butcher situation? Sorry,
I feel like it was. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. The scene. To me, I've never thought that they was gonna stick to the source material for one thing. Once they said that, what's his name? What's his name? Noir. Once they decided that Noir was a nigga, I was like, okay, we're off somewhere else now. You know what I'm saying? Because spoiler alert, Noir is supposed to be Homelander, so he's supposed to be a clone of Homelander, and he just like kills Homelander at the end. That's his job.
You mean Clonelander?
Yes!
Nailed it.
You got him.
Got him.
Hey. That was great.
So yeah, I just felt like it was as real as it could get, right? Like that's a natural reaction for a kid to have. Like the way it would supposed to be going is it was like.
Yeah, but it's not a natural way for Grace to tell you that information of what we've seen of her character. What she did was out of character, not the way Ryan.
I don't think it was because she literally had these niggas go on a suicide mission against Lamplighter so that they could get revenge against her son. Like this all exists. The boys all exist in this universe because her son got killed.
Grandkids,
like Batman
or grandkids, whatever. You my bad. But Mallory is like on the edge of her seat. She's like, no, we can't have this. Like last time we saw her act like this in this show was in season 1, I think, or season 2, where she was like losing it because they needed to like go fucking kill Lamplight. Like she was like, y'all need to go kill this nigga. Like, so I just feel like I think it went like it's supposed to go. And also I've been frustrated this whole time. Like, why haven't we told this nigga his daddy raped this bitch? Like, this bitch.
And actually brought that up
this young lady.
I brought that up last episode or last week on the podcast because it kind of just came to my mind. Is like, oh, does he not really know the origins of his parentage? Like, really, truly? And it ended up coming up in this episode.
Nerds at Night is taken. Nerds_at_night.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what you're talking about, but that works.
Instagram.
Yeah. Nerds_night.
That's what I've been doing this whole time. I told you I was gonna make the Instagram now.
But yeah, like I think that just because we haven't seen Mallory in a while probably enhances the fact that we don't really know where she's at and the desperation she's feeling. But so it just did feel like super rushed and kind of out of character for her to be the more sympathetic character, the Butcher. But we'll see how that turns like sort of bubbles up at the end of the episode. But later on, Homelander tasks the remaining 7 with eliminating everyone at Vought who has
all 3 of them.
Goddamn.
Or brutal.
Including Ashley, who injects herself with V. Now, this was a very funny, very brutal scene, watching all the soups kill the Vought employees, but I kind of bumped up against the whole Ashley injecting yourself with V because I thought that they had established in this universe that you have to get injected with V as a baby to have the effects actually actualize. Otherwise, you could just like end up killing yourself. That's why they had the temp V. Otherwise, everybody would just be taking V. Is that not?
No, the temp V will kill you, and they injected the babies with it, or they injected people with it as babies, but they were just giving it to anybody.
Well, the temp fee was also because that was what they were planning on giving to the soldiers so that they wouldn't have constant superpowers and be homelandering it up. They would still be like, hey, you still got to fucking listen to what we say, you know?
Okay, so it's always been a thing where you can just like a regular schmegular dude could take.
I think it won't work well. Like you're not just gonna get like
you've got like a 50-50 chance of
exactly it's
getting out your organs.
Right.
Like
It's
a laser vision or you might shit out your organs.
Basically, yeah.
So like that's why they're like, no, we need to work on a better version of V for full-grown adults. So that's where the temp V also came from.
Okay, so coin
it's both the regular V fucks up adults and they need it to not last forever so you can be controlled.
Yeah.
So,
the way what's his name what's his name?
Giancarlo
Esposito.
Yeah. When I was watching the episode the other day of him talking to Singler, it was they were saying like, hey, just if you want a soldier to have it and you don't want a soldier to become Homelander, you can't have them always have it.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So what are we assuming her powers would be? Say, because I don't think she pooped out her brains, so I think she's gonna get a superpower. What do you think that power is gonna be?
Hector Hammond.
Who is that?
Hector Hammond.
Who the heck
is that?
Who the heck is Hector?
Hector Hammond. Look up the picture because it's hilarious. Hector Hammond is a Green Lantern villain who gets psychic powers, mostly telepathy and telekinesis, but his head also looks ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he was in the
Ryan Reynolds Sadness. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it looks even funnier, man. Yeah.
I was either thinking some type of telepathy, telekinesis, or she might get tendril hair.
Oh my god! If she gets Medusa from Inhumans, that'd be funny.
Some kind of tendril hair. But I kind of see more of like some sort of psychic power, like some kind of power of persuasion or thing. I don't know, but
sometimes how, like, you know, in the X-Men, how, or you know, heroes, how the powers directly relate to somebody's personality. I could see, I could see tendril hair working for her because she ripped all of her hair out, like in her psychosis, or like I can see that working. I
think she's going to be really smart. Yeah, that's her going to be her superpower.
Yeah, guys, put it in the
comments. Be Sister Sage in it?
No, what's that dude who's got like the big brain and he can like move shit? What's the?
Mr.
The Lobe.
For some reason, I'm just thinking of the villain from Crash Bandicoot right now.
In Invincible. Come on, guys! Invincible, the black dude with the big ass head.
I was just thinking of his name. I can't think of it.
Angstrom Levy.
Angstrom Levy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, but he can go to dimensions. I don't know. Maybe she can teleport or something.
Yeah, what if she can go to different dimensions?
I am hoping she's gonna be the wild card to kill Homelander.
That'd
Listen,
be awesome.
I gotta hold on. I just got it. I got it.
All right.
What if Ashley gets the Angstrom Levy powers, goes into a different dimension, and brings back a good version of Homelander to kill Homelander?
That'd be crazy.
And what if it's Invincible?
And they sneak him in. They dress him up as Noir. Noir kill Homelander.
That would be.
My god.
That would be crazy.
I think
just like bringing a Clark Kent type of character from a different universe.
Yo, son.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but
yeah,
that
sounded too good, huh? It's too good to be true. It's one of them things that's too good to be true. But remember, you heard it first here. In 2 years from now, when we actually get season 5, two and a half, 3 years from now,
we'll see what. We'll see what happens. You guys, leave in the comments what you think is going to happen with Ashley's head.
They're bringing the final. What's it called? Oh God. They're bringing the final Winchester in next season, so maybe he's good Homelander.
Oh yeah, I forgot we got that Soldier Boy too.
Well, yeah, but they've also it's also been reported they cast Jared Padalecki for next season too.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the Supernatural Bros back together.
But Daddy running around.
Does that mean that this show is gonna get a 6th and 7th and 8th season?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No? Yeah. Now the show's gonna actually run for 17 more seasons. But when Homelander reveals that Newman is a soup on live air, she calls on Huey to protect her and Zoe in exchange for help. But when the boys and Newman meet, Butcher arrives, kills Newman with his new super cancer, and steals the virus. First of all, R.I.P. Newman. I think we've all expressed that we liked this actress playing this character.
You say R.I.P. to a lot of characters. We need the R.I.P. music.
Yeah, we need to in memoriam. In
memoriam.
In memoriam. Yeah.
In memoriam.
Have the "I Remember You" song playing.
Who you call him?
Something like that. But yeah, what do you guys think of just like this crazy situation where Butcher is basically turned into an irredeemable villain at this point? Butcher T, you're all dressed up.
I mean, are we really gonna forget and pretend like Newman just didn't like pop the heads of like 30 fucking people last couple seasons? He was a straight up serial killer, and like they're paying adversary, like she's a murderer. Why are we feeling bad about?
She killed his friend too,
dude.
The other CIA
he
friend
deserved it. Butcher did.
She is insanely hot, though. Yeah,
Butcher did nothing wrong. All right, don't come.
I really wanted her to be in all the seasons, though.
I heard that she will be making some cameos next season.
Flashback.
I will agree with Butcher that you can count on one hand how many characters on the show don't deserve to die.
But you hope they burn in hell.
But you hope they burn in hell. Yeah, I think that the fact that Newman as a character is very charismatic, and she was more on as like a reluctant villain in this season. It made it
fun.
More. Yeah, she's fun. Nine, what did you think about this? What did you think about
pull up Othelia's comic?
Was she funny?
Othelia said, oh sorry. Terry, she's a murder me. Sorry.
She's a murderer.
She's a murderer. But have you considered she is fine as hell?
Have you considered?
And Othelius?
Exactly.
She's got an accent too.
Because I felt some way like when they ripped, I was like, oh my God, why did they kill her that? Oh, she is a murderer, huh? But,
the room wants to know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Nine, what did you think about just like the implications of Butcher? Just
I like Othelia said it. I was like, dude, nah, she too bad. She really just too bad. And I just actually just like really like her character. I thought like, I don't know, I guess it does lead the way to, Homelander's like complete takeover or whatever, but I just thought she could have been around, but she had to go sometime. So I guess this is it.
Yeah, and she was displayed as one of the more powerful characters as far as the Soups goes as well. They did a lot of things to show how hard it would be to kill her this season specifically. So her being killed so easily by Butcher is kind of it shows his power level. Bill, what did you think about just Butcher and what he's going to be doing going forward? Because we see he also has the little virus at the end.
I want to point out that we said that the nigga was Venom first. You said it here first. Matter of fact, hold on. Shout out to y'all. You said it here first. You said it here first. Your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber.
Back when Ezekiel got killed.
And as soon as it happened, we was like, what if, we hit the, we did all that. And then we was there.
Back in the Dead Stretch Armstrong days.
Yeah, man. We did that.
You didn't see that coming?
You should have. It's the Drunk Banthas podcast. But anyway, Butcher came in. I think it was interesting how they made him feel 100 top shape. Nigga just all of a sudden ain't got cancer almost.
Yeah.
But then also, if he doesn't have it, then he does have cancer.
American people to know.
He even gave him some Just for Men and got rid of his gray.
Yeah,
in his beard.
got rid of his gray.
I feel like the Joe Kessler cancer is making him sick and can stop making him sick.
Yeah, but that's none of that makes any sense though. But
it's on V. Just the V is the Deus Ex Machina of why things can happen. Why is this cancer sentient? Because of V.
It's like the Force. Yeah,
it just makes it stupid. But I was just like, man, this. Remember, everybody was like, whoa, episode 3 just came out. Why did they announce that this is going to be the end at season 5? This is why. Because that was dumb. That was about as lazy of a way of ending a fucking show or writing yourself out of a fucking plot hole as I've ever seen.
I told you it's bad writing.
You're just saying, the girl who has been invincible the entire show, we've established that she's basically invincible. I know that this sets up that Butcher can now destroy Homelander, but then why is it going to take him a whole Gen V season and another, like another whole season next season for this one to do all this? So now I understand why they were just like, nope, this is it, because this is kind of getting hard for them to write.
And it also kind of begs the question why he might need the virus if he's now strong enough to take on Homelander.
I don't think just because he took out Newman, I don't think they came across as he can take out Homelander. Well, I mean, Newman's not even strong enough to pop Homelander's head.
But
why did they ever actually address that if she could do it?
Homelander, she tried to do. Yeah, they established that neither one of them can kill each other because he tried to zap her and she was very surprised that it his lasers did not kill her.
Oh,
And she
I
tried to
didn't
pop
take
his-
that as him trying to kill her. I thought that was him just trying to
Hold on.
out her.
Hold
Okay.
on. But well, he didn't. I don't think he knew it wasn't going to hurt her, or he knew it wasn't going to hurt because, but she didn't know because she had said it previously in the last season that she didn't know if he could kill her. But she tried it right there where her eyes blinked. She tried to pop his head, but it didn't work. So she just realized right then, like, yo, he can't kill me, but I can't kill him. That's why he didn't threaten to kill her at the end. He threatened to kill her daughter, because he knows he can't hurt her, but he can hurt her daughter.
Interesting. And then, like, they did establish, I think, in one of the other seasons that she didn't really know if she could pop his head, but she's like,
also,
I'm not gonna try and then
Exactly.
fail and then end up getting like my fucking limbs ripped apart.
Right. But she didn't even know he can't do that. So, which I think he knew. I think Homelander knows so much more than he gets shown, because he be smelling shit and tasting. He can, like, he is way more attuned to what he can do and what other people can do than even some people are attuned with what they can do themselves.
That's one of the things I really like about him. He's very intuitive in a lot of like combat and hunter type of ways, but he's kind of a dumb in like just like common sense.
Yeah, like primitive.
He's a Spartan, but he's not a politician.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
I don't know. I'm gonna disagree with you there, just because like I took the lasers. Honestly, I kind of figured it was like he could control that the way like he can pull a punch. I always thought I never took it as he couldn't kill her, or that anyone thought he couldn't kill her. But that was just on mine. I will say this though, the butcher. I agree with you guys. The whole like Joe Canceller cures makes him all look all pretty again is like, come on. But the part that really annoyed me the most about that scene was it's been established this isn't a symbiote. He's not Venom. It's a parasite. So like the fact that it like comes out of his chest, but then just like goes back, it's like smooth skin again. I was like, no, like it can pop out of his chest, but it tears out. I mean, remember the rabbit? That one, it literally tore out of the fucking thing.
Yep.
And I was just like, see, that I didn't.
I just didn't think that, like, it's not a power. It's like just a fucking parasite shooting out of my body.
Yeah.
If it had been like tentacles or something that's even more close to what Venom actually does, like, then I would have been down with it. But that was
agreed. Also, do you guys think that day of shooting was weird for Jack Quaid?
I mean, well, because
were they dating at that point, or
yeah?
Because you gotta remember this. You know, this was filmed a while back.
I mean, I think they've been dating for a while.
They've been dating a minute.
And I feel like we also got a lot of unnecessary scenes between the two of them, just because. Yep, I don't know. There's
she ain't gonna be able to be on.
Between the
she
two.
ain't gonna be on set next year.
He seemed like he liked her a lot more than Starlight. Yeah. In a lot of scenes, or just like was a lot more empathetic to her. Just
can't goes my girl, man.
For a second there, I thought that Starlight was gonna die. There, I was like, "Are y'all just setting up like a relationship with and Huey?"
That's what
art imitating life.
That's what
Huey.
That's what cheeks will do to you, man. You get some good cheeks, you'll be in there, but just glowing. He just glowing every time he in the room with the cheeks.
So we do get like while Frenchie develops the virus, the boys monitor Singer in a bunker where they discover Annie is a shapeshifter, and they fight ensues. The real Annie arrives and kills the shapeshifter.
Well, the real Annie, please.
How are some of these superheroes just so fucking strong?
Well, the shapeshifter makes sense.
Random people just no, the shapeshifter does not make sense. Like
shapeshifters make sense.
Shifting, and that's really it. Why are you fucking
grow more muscle fiber? Boom.
I don't see the shapeshifter being so durable, like damn near a Homelander strength, and just wrecked Kimiko. Why does Kimiko suck ass so much now?
Bro,
I will agree that Kimiko, for whatever reason, like she always gets her ass handed to her. But they established in the very first episode ways that all of the soups are super strong, and it's very, very hard for any human to kill them.
Yeah,
like,
they establish it on. Yeah,
I mean, even Firecracker with her little finger trick can kill people pretty like
But
Yeah.
was translucent is a good example. Like, he had super strength. He was just invisible. There's no reason he should be strong. He's just, but that's what Alex is saying. Like, they established that everybody's strong.
They always just say like they're a little bit stronger than humans. I was like, I get that, but they are just making these people just all monsters at this point. Just especially when you see Black Noir just take those minigun bullets. It's like, is he supposed to be that strong? That's a little too strong for my life.
There should at least be pieces missing. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Well, yeah, like one of the things I think I really liked about the first episode of The Boys is that like they spend the entire episode just trying to, like, this guy's superpower is just that he can turn invisible. It's not super strength necessarily, but it's kind of just understood that everybody who is a soup is just impossible to kill. Like,
and Sage is not strong, but like you said, impossible to kill.
Yeah. And even Firecracker says, it's like, I mean, I do the firecracker shit, but I'm still really strong. like stronger than most people. So I just think that's just like an understood thing that most soups are just super, super strong. But just to talk about the whole Annie doppelganger.
Annie, are you okay? Yes, Bill.
Are you okay, Annie?
Because I'm gonna ask 9 because he looks super bored right now. He looks like he's about to fall asleep. But I'm gonna ask you because we brought this up a little bit.
I can't tell if you're picking on him or if you're trying to help him.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I'm curious. We talked about this a little bit earlier. How she reacted to the whole doppelganger situation with Huey and how he had sex with the doppelganger, and we had a situation like this in Dark Matter, where Jennifer Connelly and Joel Edgerton's character the whole sexual assault happened with this evil doppelganger, and I feel like it was handled a little bit more thoughtfully in Dark Matter, where they had a nice conversation. Maybe that's just like 20 years of marriage difference. But how do you feel about how Annie reacted to Huey just basically getting sexually assaulted by this doppelganger?
Kind of a bitch, if you know what I'm saying. No.
Yeah,
but no, it's just like, come on. I mean, I understand that she's like under a lot of stress as well because
missing hands.
Because she had to tear out her hands and everything, and come up and save everybody, and then like realizing that like, oh shit, you guys got engaged. I mean, people are going to feel some type of way, but yeah, she is definitely lacking on the empathy about like his whole situation, and the fact that he even figured that shit out like means that y'all are locked in. Because like, how are you going to just like just figure that shit out?
Should have figured it out sooner.
And for me, it's just like her whole character and her whole morality is like she would be the one to give the symposium on what Great by Deception even is. She would be the one handing out pamphlets on that subject. Like she has positioned herself to be like the moral authority. So she should know what just happened to him. And what happened to him previously at the party, and like before that, because he just keeps getting SA'd over and over and over again.
But also, I mean, they did something with the shifter's powers too, that made Annie's reaction even dumber. The shifter can learn when they shift, also get all your memories.
Like
it'd be totally different if she just looked like Annie and that's it. And then Huey's just like, well, my girl wants anal. Let's go. But like that wasn't what happened.
No,
it was
him though. That's why. That's why.
And he's like, "Let's go."
I'm just saying it should be different. You should know that that's like it should be something up when you get to that one.
Right. But that's not the reason he should have figured it out.
Oh, that's the way I would figure it out.
She's an oven. You had sex with her, we'll say they said what, like 20-ish times?
20 times.
A little less than 20 times.
How long was
couldn't tell how much hotter she was? Like literally temperature-wise hotter?
Yeah.
I know your dick's not a thermometer, man, but you can figure something out here.
Maybe it felt better.
I do think that there were like hints. I think
hold on.
No, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
because y'all are just talking about shit that don't matter about this situation. Y'all ain't focusing on the real. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What?
How you gonna say our shit don't matter? Our shit matters, man.
No, I'm gonna tell you why that shit don't matter. Because what matters is what we was talking about last week. Is this person a man or a woman? Because we saw the shape.
Yes.
You can't remember.
And no. He remembers. We know that it's a girl. Like they established that in a little back and forth, her and Annie's conversation. But I'm just saying, now we know that it's not like some kind of weird physiological question that we gotta answer.
I can tell you the answer. The answer is Mystique is Nightcrawler's dad. Oh, man.
And that explanation, see, it didn't matter because we didn't need to think about it. I'm not trying to think about that, Bill. I'm not.
We the ones that brought it up last week.
I didn't
Bill,
bring it
I
up.
got a
I'm
better
trying
question
not to
for
think
you.
about it.
I got a better question. Say Huey gets syphilis from the shifter. Can the syphilis shapeshift into gonorrhea?
Oh dear God.
Only if you
Yeah,
shoot yourself in the dick while you have gonorrhea and you shoot yourself with V in the dick.
There it is. There it is. And this is why you're here, for the hard hitting questions.
We're gonna move right along to the ending here.
It's like we're doing Firecracker
Hold on,
show.
but that scene between them though, it's like I kind of understood why the shapeshifter is a sociopath. Like the way they described how that their power works at that moment, when she said, when I got all her thoughts and all the feelings and I can find out how she was justified. And I was like, damn, that happens to everybody you touch. You get all their thoughts and memories. How do you like separate your shit from theirs eventually if you kept doing so many people powers? No fucking wonder you're crazy. I kind of don't blame you. Your powers drove you insane, and I don't think you can handle that.
And they're gross.
Agree.
Powers are gross as fuck. They're
The way they
shapeshift
shapeshift is gross as fuck. Like,
Okay,
ugh.
but it was cool. It was a cool take on it.
I
It's cool.
guess.
Like we already saw like a shapeshifter in earlier in The Boys, the guy who was having sex with Homelander in the cabin, or at least like doing
Nope.
weird
You could
stuff.
just do that on Will. At
Wait,
will, you know?
Homelander? I thought it was a senator.
No,
It was the senator, and then with Homelander too. He wasn't. He was like
Man, what a whore.
he was pretending to be the chick that died that Homelander laid it off.
Oh, Elizabeth Shue?
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
You know, and speaking of that character who had
Remember
sex
him.
with the shapeshifter, he does come up in the last moments of this episode. So Sage reveals to Homelander that his plan has been a success when Singer is arrested for conspiring with the boys to kill Newman. Speaker of the House Stephen Calhoun, he was the one who was having sex with the doppelganger, or at least the shapeshifter, becomes the new president of the United States, and he swears allegiance to Homelander and declares martial law, deputizing Homelander and his army of superhumans. Sorry.
I thought he died.
I was agreeing with you. All of the soups.
Oh yeah, and all of the soups, yes. And then the rest of the boys are ambushed and captured by Vought troopers led by Soups. But Annie manages to escape
Because she's okay.
flying powers. Butcher leaves with the virus
Her new
and
power. Yeah, her new powers.
and then in a mid-credit scene, Calhoun shows Homelander where Soldier Boy is being held. A lot of shit is going on in this very Sons of Anarchy season finale montage.
It really was.
Wow, Sons of Anarchy. It is, huh?
Frenchie's going to end up in Belfast with the rest of the club. Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And
we're starting the boys.
Coming back with a son that you didn't know he had.
Yeah, the Ireland chapter. But Joe, I'll let you go first. What did you
Will
think?
you, Alex?
What?
Will you?
Yeah.
I
What did,
there were- There were parts of it I liked. There were parts of it I didn't like. The Huey Annie part, I liked it. It made sense. I also liked. I like that they kind of let us think, hey, we're gonna get away. We're gonna have a happy ending, and we didn't. The Huey and Annie one, I liked it. I don't know the whole. Okay, so she killed a shapeshifter she never knew existed, so her powers are cool again. Yay! That solves all the trauma she was having from before. But whatever. The boat. I don't know if you guys know this. The name of the boat is the town he was from in the comics, so that was fun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Be Scottish instead of
Scottish, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that was fucking hilarious.
I was like, why this guy again?
Right?
Jesus.
Why do they have to do that to Love
Sausage.
Sausage? Better character.
Love Sausage.
The Frenchie Kimiko one, fucking hated. I don't like that they got to. I don't like that they got together. I was like, come on, you're trying.
It's so bad. It's
this
so
entire time.
Dumb. It's dumb now.
I think it would have been so much better if they just stayed the friends that they were. I think that
I
they
feel
did
like
a good
they
job building.
Then what is the point of them even doing what they've been doing if they're not going to?
Because they don't know
you
what the
don't
fuck
need
they're
to
doing
date
with
everyone.
They just don't know what the fuck they're doing with those two characters.
Exactly, and we don't always need the love story. Sometimes it's fine to just have them as like the partners in crime, but also her getting her voice just to scream no.
That was awesome.
I didn't buy it.
I was like flabbergasted.
I didn't buy it. I'm in love with Karen.
Registered to me until the episode ended. I was just like,
hold on, guys.
Did that bitch just talk?
Hold on. We're just yelling over each other at this point. Hold on
just to dissect this part, because this has clearly gotten a lot of people heated.
I just don't like it.
Butcher T, I'll let you go.
Yeah, we got to let everybody breathe.
Yeah, Butcher T, like I'll let you go first. Like, why exactly did you not like the fact that these guys got together toward the end?
I didn't really think there would be an expiration on this troop of will they, won't they? Because you're always waiting for them to get together, and it doesn't really matter how long this takes. But with this, it just seems like they missed that opportunity to where I just don't care that they got together. It seems stupid that they got together now. Like it just felt like they missed their moment. They started writing other crazy things from them. And like, what happened to Colin? He just was like, I killed your whole family. I'm going to go to jail, but not really, just for an episode. And now I'm back. Now I don't care that I did all those horrible things.
Consequences.
And just, you're out of the show now because we wrote you off. Just because who cares? Because Pride Month's over with. So fuck it. Like, for real, that's what they did. That's what the fuck they did.
It is.
So yeah, I hate it. And those are my reasons why.
So now you seemed a little bit more sympathetic toward this turn in the plot. How did you feel about this little moment?
I don't know. I don't got that many words. I just liked it. And then when she did talk, I was just like, oh shit, that it didn't register, and I was just like, hold on, did she just talk?
Exactly. That's why I wasn't good, because it didn't register to the end. I was like, oh wait, she's not supposed to be talking. She don't.
No, fuck that.
Can I throw this out there?
Hold on. If not ain't got no words, then I got plenty of words. Go ahead, Jeff. Before I lay down these words,
it would have been so much more impactful if she screamed out Frenchie. Just scream, no, come on.
Baby sucks.
That's a lot of syllables for your first.
Two's a lot.
A lot.
She screamed no 3 times. That's 3 syllables. I win.
I thought about Caesar. He said no. So I don't know.
I thought
Caesar.
First of all, like I said earlier, what is the point of doing? I mentioned it earlier this season. What is the point in their storyline if they're never going to get together? And they pretty much had seemed like they made it pretty clear last season that they weren't going to get together. And then they even elaborated on that further this season by Frenchie popping finger popping. He was finger popping. And, so if he's out here finger popping, then this dude clearly, these two are clearly not going to ever get together. Mm-hmm. Now that they bring it back into play, I was like, okay, finally they did it. And also it's at a situation where they're like, everybody's going off to their death at this moment. Everybody doesn't think that they're coming back from this. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nobody feels like they're going to go over here and then just get abducted. And I do want to ask what everybody think is going to happen to the Soups through this abduction period. But But yeah, that's why I feel like it works. And as far as Kamiko saying no, it's like that doesn't matter, man. None of that shit.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
It's like that to me. That doesn't make or break the scene or the show or this episode for me, I should say.
Yeah.
So
I do feel like I like the fact that both of their arcs this season have been about forgiving themselves because they both have.
Oh, that part was terrible.
They have a
screw self-growth.
They both have a lot of trauma they dealt with in their past, and I liked how that made them just like these weird little misfits on the sidelines for the boys, where they're just like these cool little characters who have these eccentricities, but they're just kind of best friends. But I also like the fact that they were able to forgive each other and realize that that's what was hindering them from wanting to explore a romance between each other. Like I like that aspect of it. I was down for it. I can see how
aspect. Is that what you meant? Is that what you're doing? Because you got
no. But yeah, I like that aspect of it. I can see how some people could sort of bumped up against that because
I like the sexual references, Alex.
That's not what I'm doing.
Bumped up against. Man, you're clever.
But yeah, guys, let us know what you thought about this episode of The Boys, how it all wrapped up, and like what you're expecting to see in.
You have a bit of trivia for this episode.
I was gonna ask real quick, just 9. What do you think? Or no, I'll ask Terry. What do you think is gonna happen to the Soups? Like they're clearly just rounding up humans. What do you think happens to the Soups?
I don't know, because this is just such weird writing. We didn't get
hold on.
Oh, I got something to say about this. Why the fuck is Cindy helping Vought at all? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Because the real life actor for Polarity died.
Yeah, that's a short answer.
Well, Polarity.
They just needed someone to have the powers.
Polarity wouldn't be helping him. He was,
really?
He was trapped in the dungeon.
Yeah, dude died in real life.
He did die tragically. 9. What do you think is gonna happen? Well, Jeff, what do you think is gonna happen to the people? To the Soups? Who cares about the people? We know what's gonna happen to them. What's gonna happen to the Soups?
So I mean, obviously the Soups that'll go along, they'll be fine. Right, the ones. So I think what we're gonna see is the majority of humans. Nothing's actually really gonna change that much for them. And it's going to be more of a fight between Soups, and it's just going to be things where we see like the firecrackers and the people of her power level going off to fight some other Soups and like losing, and then all of a sudden you got to call in Homelander or Noir or even the Deep, and Homelander's going to be pissed every time he's got to get called in. Like, really, you can deal with these fucks? So I think things like that.
I'm here.
And obviously, we're also going to have a Soup resistance, which will be led by Annie.
Yeah,
the main question I have for the next season is, I'm wondering when they're going to pick up, because I'm hoping they don't do a huge like, hey, 3 years in the future time jump sort of thing, you know?
Oh,
Can they even? Because Butcher's still going to die eventually.
No, what's going to happen?
No, he's not, because Joe Chancellor is taking over now.
No, y'all know what's going to happen. Come on, man. They got one more season to do. Gen V. Coming out next year, and that's going to be the same time frame that we're on now. They're going to pick up from where we are now, and then the next season will be where they pick up from where.
I hope you're right. I have a real.
I bet they're going to time jump. Now that you said that,
I'm really worried about it, and I think
if you consider time jump not watching Gen V and then watching.
I don't think like this season of Gen V is going to catch up to that. I think it's going to probably.
Well, they already said it is. That's what they already said, that Gen V is going to catch up. Just like Gen V, I mean, the boys this season picked up from where Gen V left off. They'll be picking back up at Gen V where we left off from here.
Athelia said in the chat, Gen V squad need to link up and save the boys. Yeah, I do feel like there's going to be a situation where like the guys who the boys who were kidnapped will meet up with all the crew that were incarcerated in Gen V. But guys, let us know more in the comments what you think is going to happen in the future.
I just didn't understand Cindy after she got in a fight with like a bunch of these Soups. She knows Vaught's evil and has been torturing her. why
Could be
all of a sudden
Kate.
she's just like, yeah,
Ooh.
that's the
Ooh.
only thing that makes sense. Like they better explain that this was Kay or something doing this because
Well, you can also just be like, hey,
Need to be a little touched.
Humans have been running Vought, not Soups, so that's why she would be joining.
but she doesn't like Soups either. Because remember, fucking Stormfront came in and lit her ass up. So like,
yeah, I don't know.
and Lamplighter was also in charge. So why would she like Soups? She doesn't like Soups or humans. She doesn't like
She
anybody.
got only so many people to like in life, so I mean, she could either like Soups or like people or like frogs. She can't got a lot of whole choice.
Who doesn't like frogs?
Like she shouldn't like the frogs, is what I'm saying, and it just does unless they're gonna explain Kay's controlling her. Because I thought Cindy would be the one to come back and be their ace in the hole and help them out with Homelander. I figured she could probably kill him.
You know, I will say that before we're going to move on to our next topic in a moment, but before I do, I just want to say compared to our last topic where we were talking about how the pacing is all off and doesn't seem very cohesive. Eric Kripke had like this great article that he did, I think it was Variety years ago, where he was talking about how so many of these streaming shows are trying to make 6-hour movies rather than having an episodic TV show, and you kind of see the difference with the Boys compared to the Acolyte, where every episode seems every episode seems episodic, and it just still seems cinematic at the same time, like where we where we sort of get the language of television, where we're expecting or anticipating the next episode without being sort of feeling like we were left wanting something more. So I don't know. I feel like Eric Kripke is mastered this after doing 142 seasons of Supernatural.
Speaking
it
of,
was crazy. Oh, go ahead.
well, I was going to say a fun bit of trivia for this episode is the scene where Huey and Butcher are talking on the telefono. It was actually supposed to be cutting back and forth between Butcher and Huey. The camera was supposed to. But Kripke also said that Carl Urban is just such an amazing actor that he decided to just stay on Urban for that, for what ends up being like that little monologue, because he was just saying how amazing just like his facial expressions and everything were, that he ended up changing the entire shot.
Yeah, that was good. He was doing a bang up job there. What a bang up cunt. But yeah, these last 2 episodes were fucking crazy, like with everything going on in the news and politics. I was just like, man, this is like
we got to talk about the beginning that we got a warning at the beginning, like a disclaimer.
Well, they also changed the name of the episode.
That we got a disclaimer.
They changed the name of the episode?
The episode title now is season 4 finale. The original title was Assassination Run.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
they
yeah.
changed it. I didn't know they changed it. I thought they still
Look it up on IMDb.
Oh, me, I'm right.
That's crazy.
And with that, we're gonna move right on to the night. We're talking about some hot burning hot D.
Burning. Go get checked in the morning.
Especially if you've been with a shifter.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. 9 yard yards.
That's the last one,
Peace
homie.
out. Have a good one.
Thank you for hanging out with us, 9. Have a good night.
Absolutely.
But you're probably out of here too, right? Because
fucking cunt stole my exes. Yeah, I'm out. I'm going to get ready, packing, and work on my other cosplay for Comic-Con, which y'all should be following our NerdsAtNite Instagram. And I'll need that password from you, Bill, so I can log in and take videos and shorts and reels and all that good stuff, so you can see what we're up to.
I have to figure that out.
Fuck yeah, guys! Check that out in the video description, because that will definitely be there.
Joe, Butcher T.
Oh no, sorry.
I will have.
I'm saying goodbye to Butcher T.
The Butcher T. See you, sucker.
We do have one more person leaving.
We have
Biothelius.
Oh yeah, Thelius is leaving too.
Yeah. Check out the chat, motherfucker.
I'm out. Athelius, have a good night. Yeah, we
Here there's no sorries. We're gonna keep going. People can keep watching later. Well, it's gonna be up on the internets later. So, still when you get up in the morning, niggas got jobs.
yeah, everybody's got
Just turn the rest of this on and listen to
Do
the
what
rest.
I do and be bad at your job. Come on.
Oh yeah, I had you muted, Alex.
I
I
was just
don't
like,
want you
could
to
you
talk. I don't want you to talk. I'm talking.
shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking.
That's fucking funny.
Let's get into our last topic of the night: House of the Dragon, Small Folk. Jason Lannister leads his army to the Golden Tooth. His vassal Humphrey Lefford sends Aemon a raven requesting a meeting, which is refused. And Aemon wants Tyrion Lannister to ally with the Triarchy to break the Valyrian blockade. I forgot to write legit notes on this one. Episode maybe 15 minutes before the podcast started. So I am curious how you guys felt about just what's going on with Daemon right now. Because he sorry, go ahead.
I said whoa. No,
whoa. Whoa. But I am curious of what you guys think is going on with the Daemon right now, because he's going through a lot of he's having the crazy hallucinations and the flashbacks of Viserys. We got a great cameo from Viserys in this episode. But what do you think is going on here? Do you think he's getting drugged? Do you think it's something supernatural that's going on? Joe, I'll let you go first.
I think he took a bad batch of mushrooms. I think he thought this was going to be a very, very different trip. No, I think it's if we hadn't seen Game of Thrones, I would have thought this is just for some reason, like the pressure's getting on him, he's starting to mentally crack. But because of Game of Thrones and because of all the lore behind Harrenhal, so many centuries past this, I think this is hey, I don't think it's just he's mentally cracking. I don't think he's being drugged. I think it's some supernatural stuff. And frankly, I think what's her face is a witch, and I think that she's the one doing it.
Why you talk about her like that?
Because she been talking shit about me, and now returning my calls.
What'd you say about my mama?
Yeah, there's definitely something creepy going on with her. We find some stuff out.
Creepy good, not creepy bad.
Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, creepy in general.
I'm kind of into
creepy horny. Yeah,
I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that.
We get some reveals at the end that she might have had something to do with someone dying unexpectedly or pretty expectedly. He was old as shit.
The old Tully.
Yeah.
Old Tully, Grover Tully or Elmo Tully?
Who remembers? There's so many.
It's their Sesame Street names. The Tullys.
Tully.
Yeah, he named them after Sesame Street characters because he was like, yo, I can't have no more Viserys's and no more.
About damn time.
I just imagine him being he
did that one.
I imagine it being like a Splinter where he named all the turtles by after Renaissance artists. Is no, I'm gonna name all of my children based off of the
so I can remember them.
Yeah, so I can remember them.
He's a rat who lives in a museum.
And it's even funnier when you remember he knows of them because a Renaissance art book washed into the sewer.
Yes. That's right.
I'm surprised they didn't do that in the new movie, which I loved.
It was a program from the museum that the art museum that he lived under.
That's not even the crazy part. Fucking 7 ninja weapons washed up in the damn sewer. Come on.
Y'all flushing a lot of weird shit.
That's right, man.
Actually, I think that's kind of the thing, though. Dental glue.
That's why they had it in New York, is because that was basically the thing.
Yeah, right.
Is that people would put flush a lot of crazy shit down. You remember alligators in the sewer?
Yeah, that's how that rumor started. It's people flush everything.
Yeah, sinks. I got me a sink down there one time. But yeah, so you don't have anything that you want to. You don't have anything to start it out with.
I have stuff, but it's not broken up how I.
Okay,
it's not as well curated like the other notes are. But
all right, go ahead.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
you
want
have a
to
thing?
see. I want to see lobs up, man.
I'll lob
Dribble,
something
dribble.
up. Okay,
I'll say this: I like that we're getting some more Lannister interaction happening here.
Absolutely great place to start, since twin Lannister, we'll call him Lannister 2. He's actually Lannister 1 because we see him first in the series, in the season 1. So we'll call him Big Boy Lannister, since he's the one who can't. He's the one who
Big Bannister.
Yeah, Big Bannister. He got big balls, big ball Bannister. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call him. Because he the one with the big nuts, be running around with the soldiers, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The other one, he's the coin Lannister, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we see that he's requesting that Aemon come with his dragon, because he's like, look, I done brought all these people out here. We met up with y'all. Somebody better show up with a dragon, goddamn. Because I heard that this out here. Look, we not fixing to be dealing with what they dealt with over there on the other side, on the east side. No, we not dealing with that.
Just heard about that.
No, yeah, I saw what happened. My cousin had sent me a raven, and so I heard about that.
Would you say he sent him a tweet?
He's
oh my god!
Look at
that! That was pretty incredible. Good shot.
But no, Bill, you're absolutely right there. I mean, what's his face? Sir Queen Fucker was even talking about how many he lost. How many men before what's his shit got there?
Oh yeah, like a good 800, 500.
Yeah.
I think he said 500 last episode. Yeah,
it was definitely hundreds. Like it wasn't just like 14. It was like
yeah, it wasn't 26. I know
we gotta restock our cannon fodder. You know, it's that sort of thing.
Exactly. They lost more. They lost more than 26 extras. It was like 20 extras out there, bro. It was like 146 extras out there. Speaking of which, there's a point where they had over 100 and like over 200 people on set for one of the sets that we're going to talk about. One of the scenes we're going to talk about. But
what if they did that and that scene got cut from the episode?
But yeah, that would. Oh my god. But, yeah, but so we get Aemon all mad, kind of getting butthurt over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga requested for you to come kick it.
Right.
Like come do war, what we is doing.
Right.
And he kind of got mad about that. That was weird. But he is also trying to assert dominance over everybody. But he doesn't have to. And you see Allison try to appeal to that. Like, hey man, how much is enough?
You're right.
You know, like you will no thirst ever be quenched? Can you never atone for the things that have been done to you as a child? And he's just like, you know what? Bitch, you just want to love me now because your son, your oldest son, but Aegon is I feel like that's what's going on, you know? I feel like I don't know. How y'all
She's
feel?
all like, honey, it's okay. Aren't you okay? And he's like, Mom, you're fired. Fuck out. I don't know why you think you're allowed to talk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's been wanting to do that for a long time.
He straight up
You
kicks
tell.
her off the council, and she is sort of appealing to, trying to appeal to his nature and just be like, he's like, hey, how much? And like you said, how much is too much? When is enough going to be enough? And we do get this kind of sweet moment between her and her brother, where he tells her that her son that isn't involved in all this madness.
Psychopath.
Yeah. Well, isn't isn't involved in
Right.
all this madness is not a psychopath. He's a good kid.
Which I forgot she had a third fucking son.
Well, yeah, the way they decided to do that is interesting because in the book, he doesn't really become much of a focus until right around where we are.
Okay.
So it makes sense for them to do it, but more about him. And you know what I'm saying? You
I'm
hear
just
more
saying,
about it. But because we did the time jump, we don't see him in the time frame that we dealt with him. So if we do see more of him or a lot of him in this season, well, we only got 2 episodes left, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like if we do see him, it's going to be brief, and we'll get a lot more of him next season, where he's going to play a bigger role going forward, just without spoiling anything.
Yeah, because I was definitely trying to think back, like, to when Aemon was like, I'm going to give up an eye for a dragon. And I was like, man, I don't remember any third fucking brother from back then.
She was pregnant with him when in the first, so before we traded actresses, she was pregnant with the son that they're talking about now. So she had Aegon already. He was running around. She had baby Daemon, and she was pregnant with, baby Aemon.
Right.
He was pregnant with this other kid. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, because he would be the youngest, and there's been a lot of shit going on while she was just like,
when they
pregnant.
did.
I'll say this: women in this world can stay pregnant. They can carry healthy babies for a lot longer than you would think, considering they die at of natural causes at 42.
Well, they started us out with that in the first episode of season 1. So
yeah,
cutting the female wide open. I was very upset about that. I was happy that actress was going to be in the series, and then she was gone.
She unfortunately did not stick around.
Dude, old school, actual medieval things for circumcision for C-section shit. It looks like a little hand crank fucking chainsaw too. It's terrifying.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, that's the European version.
Sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
They used to feed the African people, African women. They created the C-section.
Oh,
they created the C-section. So what Viserys tried to do would have actually worked if he'd have did it with the right technique. That motherfucker. He actually just sawed his wife open.
He was like, "All right, I don't know magic, but I'm gonna try this trick."
Well, thank you both for those nightmares they're gonna have tonight. But let's talk about this interesting this interesting aspect toward the end of the episode. Well, Corlys appoints Aelin as his first mate of his flagship.
First mate.
And we see later that Aelin's brother Adam is pursued by Sea Smoke, and at the end of the episode, after some sexiness, we'll get to the sexiness later.
Girl, he's just not that into you.
We see that he is approached by this dragon. What do you guys think of this moment?
Sea Smoke. Hold on, put some respect on it.
I already said Sea Smoke. I didn't want to be redundant.
This dragon. The dragon's name is Sea Smoke. How do I feel about it? Let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something, man. Sea Smoke is obviously Laenor's dragon. Laenor had to dip out because shit got heavy. She got hot and heavy. Dragon puns. So he had to get up out of there. Had to make life happen somewhere else, most likely in Pentos. But dragons all sad, running around sad. And I have a theory. I'm not gonna hit the button. What are you talking about? I think I just
wait. I also want to just say
You didn't see that coming?
he was definitely gonna hit the button. He was always gonna hit the button.
always gonna hit the button. No, but what I was gonna say is I think that Sea Smoke is like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, dog? You're not gonna ride me, cuz? Like, to a certain degree, like almost like, yo, ain't you Laenor? You not Laenor? Well, if you're not Laenor, then you finna be Laenor. Like, I need you to ride me, cuz I've been running around, flying, hanging out, whatever. Need you to ride me. No freaky.
It's cool how
Sea Smoke, we don't all look alike. God. Thanks, all us humans look alike. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where racism worked to his advantage.
To Adam's advantage.
Yeah, to Adam's advantage.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit,
The police ran up on him, but they was dragons.
Yeah, he's like,
and
the
they
police
liked
run
him.
up on you. He's like, hey, ain't you Sammy Davis Jr.? Oh,
But then you're Sammy Davis Jr.'s cousin. Like they
like,
that's same.
yeah, right. It's
It's
like,
like,
I mean, I'm not, but yeah, I'll be him tonight.
I'm
But-
Sammy Davis Jr. and you my cousin. Oh shit, that's crazy.
But I did like it's cool how they established earlier in the episode that not anybody can just jump up on this dragon, even if you are like technically
Let's talk about
have
that.
the as I'm talking about. Yeah, they have the lineage. Even if you have the lineage of the family, you can't just jump up on a dragon. What did you guys think of the scene earlier where the dude just got like sort of?
That's what you were
burnt off
saying, Sir
a
Stefan. See, I was trying to give him a little bit more love than just the dude.
Then
He
see smoke good.
He died last night, Alex. Trying to give this nigga a little bit more
R.I.P.
love. He's a motherfucking member
Yeah.
of the Queen's Guard, bro.
That's cave smoke right there.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
also
sea smoke and cave smoke, not friends.
I don't think he had a chance to doo-doo on himself. Sir Stefan, man. Shout out to Sir Stefan. I don't think he had a chance to shit his pants. By the time he burnt up and died, nigga, I think everything in his body dried up before he even got a chance to shit himself. That is a terrible way to go. Now, what is important is I'm gonna throw it to Jeff. Then you can Jeff throw it back to Alex on a little swing around whip-de-woo. The what do you call them? The dragon tenders or whatever. Old buddy.
That sounds like the Game of Thrones version of Dino Bites.
Yeah, they gonna be selling them
Dragon
tomorrow.
tenders.
Watch. You
Oh,
gonna see
man.
dragon tenders in the fucking frozen section
Oh,
at the
God
grocery
damn.
store.
Our newest merch.
But the dragon guys, you know what I'm talking about. The motherfuckers
The
who
Wranglers.
dragons.
Yeah.
So one of them, he gets burned. He got caught up in the little crossfire.
Yeah.
Get it? And then he ends up killing himself. He pulls out a dagger made of dragon glass and kills himself.
Yeah.
So do y'all think that there's a symbolism as to why he did that before he just burned up? Because I mean, he could have just burned up.
I kind of just saw it as like this is so excruciating.
You're
I
supposed
don't
to
want
let Jeff go first, but
Oh,
I
no,
love
so
it how
my
you.
bad.
But you
The
go ahead.
exact same answer. So go ahead, buddy.
Well, yeah, I felt like it was just like more of a situation where he's like feeling he was like in excruciating pain. He just wanted to end it all. I thought maybe stabbing yourself in the heart would be a quicker way to go than slitting your throat so you can bleed to death. But teach their own. I don't know what's the quickest death, honestly, if you only have a knife in your hand.
I mean, other than stabbing yourself in the heart, the only other thing I can think of is like putting it to your eye and falling forward.
Yeah.
Did you have anything you want to elaborate on that? You just sticking to
I think that he was a little upset that he was going to be overcooked and was like, hey, I can't. I'm too much of I'm like, I love chefs and cooking shows too much. I just got to get out of here.
It's like, I like my dragon tenders well done.
I think it had something to do with Legends of the Dark Knight, the Long Night. Excuse me, not Batman, not Batman, but the Long Night.
The crossover you didn't know you needed.
You bring Bruce Wayne to fucking Westeros, he gonna fuck it up. That's all I know.
I
mean, let's be honest. Technically, I think Tyrion's Bruce Wayne. Rich family, at least one parent's dead.
He's almost Bruce Wayne.
They're both dead.
He just needed to be able to have the ability. He needed the ability to create shit.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne is Tyrion's brain in Rob Stark's body.
Yeah,
you can actually like
what?
Man, where he's
Rob
like
Stark
actually
is
master
Bruce Wayne wannabe. Get out.
Or Jon Snow's body.
Be good.
Tyrion's brain in Jon Snow's body is Batman.
By the way, DC's making a new.
I like that. Jon Snow.
How do you feel about that, Joe?
With Tyrion
100%
is Batman. I'm not mad at it.
Okay. By the way, DC is making a new universe where Batman is not rich; he's working class.
Stupid.
That sounds like the movie that. What was the guy who made the director who made The Fountain?
Dummy.
And he made. I think he made a Requiem for a Dream as well.
I don't know.
That guy almost made Batman, and
Ben Shapiro.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Robert
Ben
Shapiro.
Shapiro. famous director of Requiem for a Dream, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Also in this universe, Superman's going to be more dark side-esque, and Wonder Woman looks like she's going to be a Valkyrie.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think that he killed himself because he don't want to be dead, man. You know what I mean? Like he I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like, I'm just trying
I
to-
think it's fire's hot and painful.
I don't know, man. Sir Stefan had a whole big ass sword. He didn't do nothing. He was just like, I'm burned up.
Yeah.
Thus proving he doesn't deserve a dragon.
Look, I felt bad for Sir Stefan.
Dummy.
Nah. I mean, no one watching it was like, yeah, he's gonna.
Well, look, this is the thing. Sea Smoke was like, oh, come on.
Sea Smoke was a cat playing with a mouse.
I'm saying that's what's fucked up about it, man.
The interesting part was
Sea Smoke, you that bored, you had to come over here and just kill Sir Stefan.
He's like, you done anything all
He didn't do anything.
the interesting part was Queenie sitting there saying like, "Hey, you gotta be fearless. You show any fear, the dragon's gonna." But then at the end, when Sea Smoke's chasing what's his face, that guy's terrifying. Sea Smoke's like, "Yeah, you're my master."
Yeah, you're the guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, no fear here. Mhm.
He was just bored. I'm gonna just burn up this dude.
Yeah, I'm
bored.
excited to see how all that turns out, and I do want to talk about the moment that happens right before that. But before I do, I feel like we should touch on, I guess, the most exciting moment of the episode, where is it Allison?
Where the chicks make out?
Well, before that, like that's
okay. Yeah,
that's a sexy moment. But before that, we get sort of the climax, because I feel like we get the
Love me
pretty.
sexy.
You get.
I'm pretty sure the climax came after the women made out.
Well, they didn't get to. They both got blue balls.
Love me sexy.
Yeah, like we get a pretty strategically intelligent move from Ray Ray, where she sends food to the small folk.
Very Tyrion move.
Very Tyrion move. She sends food to all the small folk, the titular namesake for this episode. And I honestly, when that happened, I was like, this is super cool, and this is a smart move. I was like, oh man, I think everybody's going to die because I think they're just gonna eat each other to death over this food.
Not eat each other, beat each other.
Beat each other. Just one more word.
Like Christians.
like
Like
a good Christian
would.
crowd. But yeah, what did you think of this scene? What did you think of this scene where everybody's just like fighting over
that was
food?
a guess. I was just guessing what that would do. Sorry.
Everybody's fighting over food, and also just like the anger is just spilling over into the people who they're really angry at, the
big folk, I guess.
the big folk. Yeah, if there's the small folk, I guess they're the big folk.
Yeah, the big folk
of the royal family. Joe, what did you think of that?
So first off, it was a brilliant move on Rainey's part. I'm wondering if it was her who came up with it or someone else on her council, but it was a way to show, one, still got power. Two, I still care about the people, which her reputation with them took a hit because, evidently they got a problem with murdering babies, bitches. Bree, I don't think that Ray took it as, I don't think she foresaw the citizenry fighting each other over it. But even if she did, that's still working in her favor, because now they're even more pissed, but they're not like, how dare she not send us enough food? They're again like, this is happening because of the royal family. And I think that it put the royal family in such a great position too, not for them, because they're only, what are they going to do? Are they going to send their gold cloaks down there to take the food out of literally starving people's hands? It'll be an even bigger shit show. This was a no-lose move that required no bloodshed on her part, and it just, chef's kissed. I mean, I can't get over how perfect this move was.
Yeah, it was an incredibly intelligent move, especially how frustrated all the small folk have been throughout the whole season.
Small folk.
We've kind of seen that, and yeah, like what did you think of this moment where like the queens are getting overrun?
Well, first of all, this is the scene I was talking about where there was over 200 people on set that they had to direct, and there was also they only had a day and a half to get it done. So,
are they filming this in Croatia too? Because I imagine that would make it even more complicated.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they're filming it all in Croatia.
I know Game of Thrones was.
Well, you know what?
Same setting, so makes sense.
Yeah, they're gonna use Dragonstone for Dragonstone and whatnot. So yeah, it makes sense. I mean, this is also one of those shows that is getting heavily CGI'd. Shout out to Shogun. We're gonna take credit for y'all's Emmy, even though clearly there were a lot of people who worked really hard, but we're gonna
campaign started.
Start right here.
There's a reason people know about you.
That's right. It's not FX. It's not FX either.
By the way, real quick, filming locations: Monsanto, Castelo Branco, and Portugal.
Portugal.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so no Croatia.
No crow.
Which that scene that scene that you're talking about, Bill, where it's like from up above and you see everyone running, that town I could see very easily being like a Portuguese or like Spanish town, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, definitely could see that, especially the way the church was, or I guess the septum. But I just want to say Helena doing an amazing job, the actress who plays Helena. Like, she looks terrified in that scene, but she also looks like she doesn't know what's going on. Like, she also looks like she's not present in the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people would say on the spectrum, but she doesn't look like. But we know that she's just got visions that show her the future. And how could she? Sometimes she just doesn't. She looks like she just doesn't know which one she's in. Is she in the future? Is she in the past? Is she in a dream, or is she in the present?
Is this real life? Am I having a vision, or am I actually in danger right now?
Right.
Yeah.
Thea Saban.
Thea Saban. Shout out to Thea Saban. I forgot.
Thea, PH.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Thea, you know what I mean.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show. I need a friend of the show button at this point.
Yeah, actually.
Yo, I'm gonna go horse saying friend of the show.
This is definitely a really tense scene, and like you guys have both said, this is a very smart move from Ray to show her empathy for the towns, the small folk, because they've established throughout the whole season that the black family is not really gonna be that came out wrong. It came out really weird.
Wild.
The black family.
I was like, yo,
it's the blacks and the greens, right? It's the blacks and the greens.
It's the black is the yo, you're making this. Why are you making
Jeff? What do you think?
Who ordered the white rice?
The blacks.
No, I do like how they've established this whole season how like they don't have a military that will be able to come up against the Greens, so they have to be smarter about their war tactics. And it's kind of funny how everything falls apart in with the small folk situation where they're attacking Allison and Helena. After all that shit happens,
it's funny that you say it's kind of funny. One nigga lost an arm.
That was the
one
funniest
other
part
dude
of the
probably
whole
got
episode.
cannibalistically eaten, probably because that happened in an episode of Game of Thrones. So
there you go, food.
I was just saying, like,
right.
I think it's funny that you said it's funny. It's hilarious,
but it is funny how just like how all of that happens, and Ray's plan is damn it, I can't think of the word.
Foreseen, coming to fruition.
It comes to fruition in this moment, and then we cut right to Ray Ray having unfolds. Where and then we have this moment where Ray Ray is doubting herself. She's like, man, maybe I'm not as good of a leader as I thought I was. And this leads right into sexy time.
Sexy time.
She's
improvised sexy
time. It's sexy time.
Love me sexy. We need a love me sexy button too.
I looked it up, nigga. You cannot find it anywhere. Sorry.
We had it on the episode. We had it on the semi-pro episode.
Did we?
Yeah. That's why we got the copyright flag.
which we got which we got unlifted, and you should go check that out so that you can help us get that money back that we didn't get. It's called, actually no, we didn't premiere it without the monetization. Anyway, go over there and check out the Does It Hold Up of Semi-Pro or otherwise known as Love Me Sexy.
Semi. But Joe, what did you think of
I had a semi when they were making out.
Yeah, boy.
Semi. What did you think of this moment?
Segue.
Did you think that was a natural connection between these two characters? Because they've both been getting very close. But do you think that it was forced or came out of nowhere? Or do you think this is natural?
It felt forced when we saw it on the screen. The thing is, it could have been very natural. But up until this part, we have no sign that Ray Ray is like, hey, I like hot dogs and tacos. I mean, until this moment, it's just like, she's like, I just want, a gay guy who's never gonna touch me or my uncle,
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, it could have been natural that would have been fine, but we don't know. So because of that, it came off as forced. And like, I'm just kind of getting tired. Okay, there's two people. They're getting real close. They got to be sexually interested in each other too. And it's like, come on. Which, by the way, for the viewers, if you guys don't know, they weren't supposed to make out. That wasn't in the script. It was supposed to be like something like they get closer and like they're like gazing into each other's, and then like, and it develops. But then these two were like, I want to taste that tongue.
I want to taste that sweet Targaryen tang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that tang. Hold on. First of all, I thought that this was not forced. Okay. I mean, I now, but that's just, I guess, to me, that's me knowing. I'm looking at it from the point of view is like everything that happened in the book is not wrong, but from second and third hand, so it's unreliable, right? Unreliable information. And when I was watching this episode, it connected for me for the rest of the episodes, like from season 1 all the way to now. How are they, like, what is the major difference? Like, what is the major change? Like, why is it so different from what happened in real life? We're saying this is real life. What happened in the books, right?
Oh, history.
Why is it so different? And one constant is the women are always made to look weak in the situations where it's different from what the book has given us, as opposed to what the show is giving us. It's always that women were treated as if they didn't know nothing. All the people. I'm
sorry, Bill. You're saying in the book women are depicted as weak, or in the show?
In the book, people are depicted as weak. Yeah, and in the show, it's showing you that, like, oh no, that was bullshit, because actually this and this and that. Like, for instance, Rhaenyra is, after Luke's death, is basically at this point just bedridden, depressed, inconsolable, not able to do nothing. The white worm is, not considered to be as significant, but she just so happens to keep popping up throughout the whole story. So it's like, well, if like, and Alicent is not really seen to be very involved in anything. You know what I mean? So like, there's certain areas that where women have shown strength in the show. That's not what was shown through the tellings in the book.
Right.
And it's one of those situations where you're not going to get a lot of people going, well, you're just trying to boost up women, or it's queer baiting, or any of this kind of stuff, because it's so unclear as to what happened in the books. Like, if you really read the books, then you'll just be so like, you don't think about it that way when you're listening to it. But when you're watching this, you're just going like, oh, okay, I can see how that actually happened.
Right.
And what I read was just like a telling of what happened.
Yeah.
The history goes to the victor type situation.
Right.
And also remember, it was men who wrote those stories.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that idea of
kind of
just
like the Bible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting, like the idea that because this is sort of like a Bible of like the history of Westeros.
Yeah, that's actually,
adaptation.
Very good.
Like now that we get to actually like see what actually happened, how it can be very, very different, especially how the women are depicted. And there's been hints that Ray and Alicent actually had a romance, or at least a romantic connection when they were younger. And
I'd watch that episode.
And because of the
4K,
because of their circumstances, they weren't able to actualize their romance. So
because you know what, you're right. The Rhaenyra does say to Alicent, I would like to just fly around the world with you on my dragon, and we just hang out, go around the world. You're right. It is insinuated.
Yeah. But you guys have any like final thoughts on this episode? Like what might maybe happen on the
next episode of Dragon Ball Z?
No, the only thing I think is we're gonna continue with Damon's descent into madness, which I think will be awesome. And we're gonna see more of. I think this season's gonna end on a Rhaenyra's like hopeful uptick. I think it's gonna end with her having kind of like how season 4 ended, with Stannis, like, oh no, the Night's Watch, they can't defeat the wildlings, there's too many, and then all of a sudden Stannis shows up. I think it's gonna be like that, where it's gonna end with Ray having some sort of army that's ready to back her, or it'll be the small folk are really turning, so it's looking like the royals are losing. I think it's gonna be that.
Yeah, like it seems like the small folk of it all is definitely becoming more of a plot point. It's gonna bubble up into something.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
the small folk had like, we forgot that we didn't talk about it really, but not much to talk about it. Like the young lady who was vaped in season 1 by Aegon and then casted out of the court. She is communicating in this episode at the bar, or the keep, with the prostitute, the professional lady who was with Aemon. And they're both like pushing that propaganda, like, yo, Rhaenyra wouldn't have had us outside like this hungry,
Right, yeah.
And they keep pushing the envelope, but people may have felt like that was out of nowhere. But the Hua, she's upset because her and Daemon been smacking cheeks since Daemon was like 14.
Slap.
So like, hey, now he like 20, 19, 20, let's just say. It's like, yo, bro, you just gonna ditch me like this? And now we all hungry. She ain't eating. He ain't coming to visit her.
Right.
And
you could have all the money in the world right now, but you ain't be able to buy nothing but fish. Apparently. Just the shit. Right
and
now.
he went, like, he stopped going to see her because of Aegon making fun of him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so I just feel like to your point about the little people, they going. I'm shot. No offense to little people, but they going to be going into a smaller focus than I think scope wise, as far as what y'all are saying.
Smaller focus.
Nice. Not really that good. If we're gonna start doing Archer type jokes, I'm gonna have to start doing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing Archer impersonations.
Start. But that happened.
On the show,
guys. Seriously,
you did that last week.
Seriously, if we're not doing phrasing anymore, it's fine. But if no one tells me, I'm going to be really upset.
Since when do we stop doing phrasing?
Sorry.
So much that just happened at one time.
Yeah, I was like, there's so many sounds that are happening. I don't know what to focus
just
on.
Things that just dropped.
But guys, let us know what you want to happen. What you're expecting to happen in the next episode. What
Harrenhal.
What may happen going forward with all these crazy characters in Westeros. But before we get out of here, Joe, you want to tell the people where they can find you on the interwebs?
Of course. The best, you can always try and Skype me, Don Cheadle's driveway at littleDicky2.com. It's because of the hackers.
Hackers.
At Madel Jeff on Instagram, at Jeff Madel on Facebook. But as usual, the easiest way to find me is to tune in here on Monday nights and just watch me talk shit about things that people put a lot of time, energy, and love into.
Yeah. Come listen to us talk about things that we've never done and we hate that other people do.
Yeah, guys. Yes,
that's what Siskel and Ebert did.
Yeah,
the pioneers and not knowing nothing about what they talking about, but
the definition
criticizing it with all the gusto in your fucking body.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, Letterboxd, likewise, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas.
Yeah.
Until next time, stay safe, my little super cancers.
Yeah.
And may the force be with you.
Go click the stuff in the description. Get out of here. Go outside, nerd.